Hey, I'm Alex, and I am a furry. I love furries.
What were you about to say?
I was almost gonna cuss, but then I held back.
Oh my
You
god.
didn't though. You said the word.
No, I was gonna say fuck.
Yeah, you said it.
You
You
what
just
furries,
did.
Alex?
I'm not gonna say both of those together.
And Alex would never hold back cussing.
Oh,
True.
that's true. My name's Alex, and I like to fuck furry.
I
He's
believe
just
it.
been emboldened.
And now Alicia will be red for about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only for 5 minutes, guys. Come on.
No.
No, I'm Alex. I don't get embarrassed. Except for embarrassing cake.
Except
out
for
for that kid.
embarrassing cake. What's that even mean?
I don't know.
Alright, Alex, name all 18 Primarchs.
Oh, God. Just
Alex mentioned in the chat. What the fuck?
There are 18 of them.
There were 18 legions. I'm including the dead ones.
Well, one thing I know as Alex that the Emperor is definitely AI. I've been lying this
Yeah.
whole time. You guys are right. And
Stop deflecting. Still not a Primarch.
Oh, fuck.
Might as
I
well
just
be.
I just know them all that I don't even need to list them.
You do.
Alex says, name them, Alicia. Fucking do it.
I think I can name one. Yeah, I can name.
Translate Iron Hands into Latin and you got one.
Ironda, Handa. I don't know.
What the fuck was that?
Said Latin.
Ferris Manus.
I don't know Latin.
Iron hand.
Who's the best written Primarch in your opinion, Alex?
Purdy.
You're not Alex.
Yeah, that's just Alex's opinion.
That's actually not.
He says it all the time.
Fake fan.
Purdy is the best one. He says that he relates to him.
I
like a
believe he
personal
also
level.
really loves the Ultramarines.
Oh yeah.
Totally not boring. In fact, he did a video on their Primarch earlier today.
Yeah, and he is saying mostly good things.
And the Primarch of the Ultramarines is Alex.
Aragorn.
No.
Oh, sorry, Angorn.
Angorn?
I can't speak.
Are you saying Angron?
Yeah.
Wrong faction. That is a Chaos Primarch.
To be fair, Viggo Morrison would be a great Primarch.
The answer we were looking for is Rabute Gilliman. You're a
No,
fraud.
it's robot girly man.
Okay.
Yes.
If the Emperor had a text-to-speech, I assume.
Don't you mean he does? Since he's AI.
No.
Anyway, we're supposed to be vampires, right?
No.
No.
Alex had to wait for him.
Does 40k have vampires? It seems like it
Yes.
would.
There's the whole legion dedicated to it, pretty much.
Oh yeah, there's the blood guy.
Bean, that is my sandwich.
No, it's not.
It is too
Also-
spicy for his little tummy.
The vampire faction is a loyalist one.
They are. Alex sitting in the chat, just like, yeah, yes, they're not saying the name. I know the name. I know the name.
I don't know. I'm convinced that this is Alex.
Wait, what were you guys trying to figure the name of?
We weren't trying to figure the name of nothing.
No, they were just quizzing.
Alex here on his knowledge, just to make sure he still knows.
Correction, the furry Alex. There is a difference.
That's just
Oh,
normal Alex.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Because I am a furry, certified. Like I have a certificate.
Card carrying furry?
Yep.
Holy shit.
That's impressive.
I know.
Those also actually exist.
How much was your
What?
suit?
A lot. Imposter!
It's not working. It's still not working. However, I'm gonna fucking scream with how inaccurate so much of that was.
Wait, is your just computer not turning on at all?
No, I still can't open Foundry. It finally finished updating like just now.
Then why are you not joining us on Discord?
What do you mean I'm on? I just was able to open Discord.
Oh,
just now.
your mic settings are off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they are.
You sound like you're in a tunnel.
I thought you were on your phone.
Wait,
Me
are you in the
too.
sewers?
Hello.
Oh,
Wait, how'd you
Tim.
get down there?
There we go. Okay, my bad. It does that when it fully like updates. Yeah, still can't join, but oh my gosh, Drake impersonate me, and you can't even name all 18.
I'm sorry.
name one.
It's okay. Alicia thinks that, Angron is the leader of the Iron Hands.
Very funny.
Is this where we find out that Alicia isn't watching Alex's content?
Yeah, you're not an avid fan of my videos.
Alex hasn't made a video on all of them.
I every single one you've named, I have a video on.
That's true, actually.
What about the ones we didn't name?
Then there's only a couple that I haven't covered. The Alpha
about-
Legion is the
So
one.
how am I supposed to know them if you haven't covered them yet?
What
Well,
about
'cause
the
you're not the
two
one being
secret ones,
quizzed.
Alex.
I know,
I know
one.
all of it. You
Who?
did know Angron, but you
Vulcan.
did say Aragorn first.
Oh my god.
Yes, I did.
And
What
he's
the
the
hell?
Primarch of.
Yeah, actually, what is he the Primarch of?
The angry guys
Vulcan?
with the
No,
big
no.
hand nails, the claw
We just said
things.
Vulcan, and that's what
Oh,
I'm
that's
asking.
another
about.
one. That's another name.
Yeah, who's Vulcan?
I've
the Primarch
never
of?
heard that name.
You have.
Salamanders?
Oh my god.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're looking this up.
No, I'm not.
Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, if there's any to remember, it's them. They're actually very cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're so dope.
I'm Alex, and I know the cool ones.
It's wrong.
Wait, you
Name
don't know?
what is the best of the 18?
You're a
With
basic
Alex.
horse.
What is your
bitch.
favorite? Actually, what are your top 3? Name them.
Well, your number one is obviously Perturabo.
Cringe.
Obviously.
Woe be upon you.
Because you say you really
no.
relate to him.
I just realized that Fursona identification card, he's got human hands or human fingers.
Well,
Yep.
well, obviously, I like the robot girly
I
man.
don't like it.
Also, why is there half of the 40k chaos symbol?
Don't worry about it.
Also, what the fuck is a wolf ske?
Wait, what?
Do they have to make up names for their real animals? It's just a dog.
Oh, the dog is a cheeseburger in its mouth. I couldn't tell what that was.
It's actually a squeaky toy.
It is.
Or just a
And
really
they
like
have-
rubbery cheeseburger.
And it has human hands.
I found a
Oh.
different one that has instead of having a chaos symbol, it just says FAP in its place.
Oh, what?
Both are
It's-
chaos.
It's the exact same one.
This one's bigger and more color distorted.
Do they have like different? Like this one's got a paw mark and it's rainbow.
They have this one.
Is that like? Does it change based on what your animal is
Maybe.
and also your color?
I wouldn't know. I'm not a.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, yeah, Foundry there's 0 change. I've done every
Nice.
fix. I've done everything.
I don't
is-
know. I don't know what
you-
to do.
Try
I mean,
better.
then I also quietly try to fix it, but I just can't access the actual game itself.
Now wait a dang minute. These furry fandom identity cards are 1 international and 2 valid for life.
Yep.
You don't have to renew these ever.
Nope.
Damn. No furry DMV.
That seems irresponsible.
The furries are too powerful. They need to be stopped.
I mean, they already are. A lot of them
Literally.
are in really important jobs.
I mean, they're
love
clearly not that
um,
powerful if this is their sort of structure.
I mean, I completely agree. But also, if a lot of high up internet sources are to be believed, there is like a squad of 10 furries on call 24/7, and if they didn't have their phone on, parts of the internet could just collapse. Just they are running IT. It is insane.
Well, so we have a choice here. We can continue on, and Alex can struggle to remember what's on this character sheet. Or I don't know. We could do Jackbox.
Like, yeah, my only the only thing I would be doing regardless of today is
Thank you,
Risk of
Cass.
Rain. So,
What if you gave one of us access? Alex a sheet, and then I know my computer could. I could live stream that way. Alex.
That works. I'm just offering you guys because we've literally spent now an hour and a half of our game time with all of this. A good majority of it talking about either Warhammer, weird lore, or furries.
I like 2 of those subjects.
And
You mean
couches.
3.
We also discussed couches.
Couches is World of Darkness lore, though.
Yeah,
so
that was lore stuff.
And sewers.
that one is separate. Sewers
That's
is
Alex
separate
lore
thing.
stuff.
That's me, which also I guess can be counted as Warhammer lore. You
How?
know, I am canon in Warhammer according to the Rogue Trader games coming out soon.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
My name is in the MIA guardsman list, like the shrine in your ship. I'm there, which means I died and I got probably like, I don't know, sat on by a great unclean one or mauled by
Something.
nurglings.
We
Something
determined it
nurgle.
was some great unclean one that often.
If you were in 40k, you would for sure die.
I would. All of us would. We all would.
Yeah.
I mean,
None of us-
eventually,
I
yeah, that's
don't-
how life works.
So I feel
I
like
don't
you would
think
die
that anyone
quickest
would.
of all.
I'd get sick and then Nurgle would start whispering in my ear.
And then you would kill all of us because you got sick.
I think
Yeah, so it
Alicia
would
would
transfer
survive the
through Discord.
longest.
Who?
Alicia.
What?
Yeah.
I just think that you would survive the longest in 40k.
I think Alicia would survive longest in 40k, but they wouldn't realize they've been transported to 40k for like a good bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would take you a while. And then you'd see like a space marine walking around. You'd be like, oh, that's weird.
All right, I got your sheet up.
Oh, Alex, speaking of being in a video game, I saw you in another video game. I didn't know you're in the Spider-Man 2 one.
Like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, look. I'm posting it right now.
Maybe I don't want to play today.
What is that in a video called Craven versus Scorpion?
Because it's in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, you're in Sean's video. I can't believe it.
Ah, I see. You're not into the furry versus scene.
I would pay to see furries fight. Let's see that.
You don't want to. That would be a bloodbath.
Oh,
event.
right. So we're gonna play Vampire Nun.
No.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll salvage things somehow. So, last where we left off, you all have been pursuing a lead on a list of individuals who, up to this point, have just disappeared. And it is suspected, anyway, that it is due to, excuse me, it is due to some outside source outside of the vampire community, anyway, or the kindred community, rather. So, you guys went to Northgate Station and checked out a set of apartments nearby. It took quite a while and breaking into a mall security office, but you found a Jimmy who had been at the nearby apartments. He apparently was, doing drugs with one of the tenants and then feeding off of them. And he had come in and he had left, and nothing suspicious had happened, though Ted did notice that when you guys went to the park bench that he did indeed get on the bus that was heading to downtown. And then the bus went down to hell, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. One of the like first or second circles.
Well, I'm
You
glad it's
also
not too
learned-
deep, at least.
You also learned that Ophelia is aware of a particular Tremere sire, I guess, or what's their generation called? It's the one right above yours. Your initiates? I think they're... I can't remember at this moment. An older vampire, anyway, by the name of Althens Domestica, is one of the premier, anyway, distributors of what's known as blood crack, a type of drug that works on kindred and doesn't cause them to spew their guts. So, that being the case, you also learned that through the list of named contacts that you all received in your notice, Ulthen's Domestica was one of the sires of one of the kindred that had gone missing. So, putting two and two together, it seems like Ulthen's is Jimmy's sire. And Ophelia knows how to get in contact. So, you guys were going to head off downtown to go and get get connected with them. So, night has officially set. It is now dark out, and it is prime time for kindred of all kinds. Ophelia, I'll go ahead and let you decide. How do you get everyone to Ulthens?
Do I know his location?
You know how to get in touch with them. You narrate the story. You either know where they are, or you know where they can be found, or something. You're setting up the meeting. I'll let you set the scene.
I guess I assume I'd know where he is at the moment. So we would take Aliester's car there. And just walk on in.
Where is it? Tell us. Set the scene.
Yeah, I'm honestly too tired for that. It's at a club in downtown. Seattle.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
I warned you.
It's fine.
It's not literally the first thing. You're like, sorry, too tired. Oh my goodness. Okay, fine. So, you guys go down to a club downtown. It's not a very like calling it a club might be a little too generous. It's more like a underground bar, like one of the bars in the bottoms of the old like apartment building areas, many of which are now used more for businesses nowadays. And when you get inside, it's, done grungy, dirty, questionable. Not that any of you are necessarily concerned, considering that unless it's another kindred, you're perfectly fine. But how do you all approach this club? Ophelia knows that you can go in and give the bartender like a special order, and then they have you go into like a side booth, and then you wait a little bit, and then someone will escort you into a special back room area.
All right, let's get this over with. I really don't want to be spotted here.
Probably just go in like, you know, very normal, go through the process, and then ask them the questions we need. So if we try to do it underhand or sneaky, it just might not play out well.
Yeah.
Especially because this is like an elder, and that we don't want to fuck with them.
I walk in the middle of the group and keep my head down.
Okay. All right. So you all go into like a seat, and you sit and you wait. Eventually someone from like a back employee room kind of comes over and motions for y'all, and y'all just kind of move along. You move into the back area, which is even less fancy somehow than the front area. It looks like someone's basement. It's brick walls and uh like a terrible Indian carpet on a dirty floor. And you're in a, well, by human standards, what would be an incredibly dim room. The only sources of light from various kind of LEDs behind what looks like a chemistry set, though it's mostly decorative, as you come to Olthens, who is he is what exactly you would expect for a bad drug dealer to look like. He's super skinny, like you can see his ribs skinny, and he's got like shoulder length hair, brown wavy. He doesn't wear a shirt. He wears kind of like a transparent shawl, and then he has like black, like it's not even leather, it's like pleather pants. And he looks kind of out of it. He had a downtown special, apparently, when he woke up. So, that being the case, he sees y'all and he just says, "Well, if it isn't the prince's dogs, right? That's what you're all here for. I promise, I kept within the limits, and I haven't been distributing to anyone who is not kindred."
Do you
He's not.
know? Do you know that one of your vampires is missing?
Oh, you mean Jimmy? Yeah. Is that my problem?
Well, it's our problem now.
I see. Did you find his remains or something?
No.
Ted is shaking his head sorrowfully, just a quiet, like, can't find them in hell.
No,
Right.
we haven't found the body, but We were wondering if you knew anything more about where they were, or more anything about them pretty much on the night they went missing.
Well, I did find him here first. He was asking for his normal handout from his sire, which I obliged, mostly because it's really good for testing. And I gave him off a special, party gift, and he went off to uh, oh, what are they called nowadays? One of his consorts, right? Is that what you call him nowadays? I don't remember.
Uh,
Anyway, he went off to go imbibe and enjoy, just like always. Comes by maybe once or twice a month, give or take. Mostly around when he needs to feed. And that's it. I mean, I've tested a variety of things on him, and he survived, so, I've been keeping in with it, Camarilla. Right, and then something happened to him. I promise you, what I gave to him was not anything he hasn't had before.
Well, what did you give him?
Well, if you're interested. He goes over to like a table, and he displays for you a variety of powders, all of them kind of tinted a little red. And he's just like, my current bestsellers, the what some have been calling the blood crack, depending on what humors anyway their targets tend to or display. It's always important to remember the alchemy of it all.
And which one of these did he imbibe in before he left?
Let's see here. I remember what the humors are. One moment. Oh god, I remember the book is not very well organized. Gotta be in the blood section, right? Ah, yeah, he's an Insule. He's lived for somewhere in the range of. He was turned within the last 250 years.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Can't remember all the names.
can I do an insight check to see if he was lying about anything?
Sure.
I'm
Oh,
guessing it
sorry, go ahead.
would it be under because it says you have to select ability, would it be under charisma or
Uh,
It
depends.
is.
It might be an awareness check.
It might be an awareness check.
I could see awareness charisma to be like
There,
aware
there,
of the
there is
times.
an insight skill, I should state.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's going to be Insight and wits.
I'll give it a whirl as well.
And then no difficulties, I'm assuming.
The difficulty for this one, you don't know. You don't know how cagey he might be.
Okay.
Woof.
Did those dice play?
I didn't see him go off, but I heard them.
To be fair, we don't have vision right now, so I don't know if that affects dice.
Oh, did you guys have that vision all last session?
Correct.
Oh, my bad.
Which is why I asked, should I be saying something when people were talking
Well,
about
earlier we were talking about something super different. All right, can you all see now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dice and Ice was not turned on. Okay, 1 second, I'll reload the page. Okay. All right, so Augustus, you're looking at him, and he seems really not interested in all this. He's someone who obviously has probably crossed some lines in the past, but since y'all are here not necessarily for him, he seems very lackadaisical over it.
Okay.
And Michael, you've seen this type of individual before. He's just kind of ripped out of his mind, and you don't know what to think about him.
Somebody who takes on his own supply.
Anyway, the type of blood crack is melancholy, actually. It's based on the 4 humors. There's choleric, melancholy, phlegmatic, and sanguine.
Huh.
Melancholy is typically those who tend to think too much, tend to trend towards being sad, scared, intellectual, depressed, or grounded. And based on how he kind of described how it works, you match some blood crack with an individual who has the proper humor, and that's what will give you your best result.
So if matched, like accordingly, do they all have the same effect? Or do they have different effects when matched properly?
No, they do all the same thing. More or less, it just gets you high. The
Okay.
issue is typically whenever a kindred, kind of drinks blood from an individual who is, a little bit high or whatever, it can have some serious side effects. And for some, it just doesn't work that well altogether. What Althenzas do is he makes a type of drug specifically that ensures that both the human and the kindred in this situation both can enjoy a pretty good high with minimal downsides to the kindred. It might have long lasting effects on humans, but they don't live long enough typically, so he doesn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, fair enough.
And you said that the night he vanished was the last time you saw Jimmy. He never came back.
Yes. But then again, it hasn't been long enough for me to see him normally, so, I wasn't even really aware he was missing.
Do you happen to know the general block that he lives in? City block?
That I do know where he tends to roost. Let me see here. I have it in my notes. He kind of goes over to a section dedicated to a very messy shamble of books and paper and the like. He procures from it what appears to be a small black book, and he opens it up. And he says, yes, here we go. He tends to live, well, how to put it, not in such a crass way. He tends to prefer to live on the streets, as it were. He's never been one for trying to procure wealth, after all. So he can be found, or would have been found, maybe, at this address here. He hands y'all like a ripped piece of paper that he seems to have just ripped from the book, as he probably has just written him off as dead at this point. Other than that, he tends to stay at whoever he feeds upon, and I'm not familiar with all the individuals that he tends to, couch surf with.
Well, I don't have any more questions. Do any of you guys?
I don't have any, but
Honestly, I don't really want to spend much more time here if we don't have to. This place isn't really my style.
I guess I'll ask, is there a particular blood crack that Jimmy tends to sell for you?
Yeah, mostly the melancholy. Which makes sense. Those who are often, underprivileged individuals tend to fall more in lines with those humor.
and you didn't know who he sold these to, right?
No. Honestly, I only ever gave him enough to try to get by, doing my due diligence as a sire, after all.
I guess this nods his head.
Well, if that's all our questions, we thank you so much for your time. Would you like us to update you when we find out what happened to Jimmy?
Yeah, of course, I'd love to know. Mostly because, I do need another test subject before too long. And gives you a toothy smile.
She nods, pretending not to pay attention to the smile. It's like, well, then I guess we shall go. She just like starts ushering everyone to leave.
We'll ask him. Is the way that they create the blood crack, is it similar to the ritual I can perform?
Which ritual is that?
This one.
Is it the Ishtar's touch?
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
see.
posted it in the chat.
Let's see. Loosely. I wouldn't say quite so much. That's more meant to, force upon those the effects of narcotics. My design is to allow one to imbibe with minimal consequences. It's much more of a fine science.
I see. Alright, well, my curiosity is sated.
Just to make sure this wasn't asked while I was gone. Did we figure out if this dude knows any other possible like locations that Jimmy goes to?
Yes, we got Jimmy's general living area.
Cool.
He's homeless.
Usually in couch surfs, but it seems he mostly sells melancholy, so he probably couch surfs with more melancholy-esque people.
I am in the foundry.
Alrighty.
How'd you get in?
So, turns out VPNs fuck with this version of Foundry. And just having NordVPN installed on your computer breaks Foundry.
Oh.
What the fuck, Foundry?
So I uninstalled NordVPN. I just dug through Reddit forums, just going through it, and I found a single guy that was like, my player had this. He uninstalled NordVPN.
Shout out to
not
that one Reddit user.
And also, it's working perfectly on Opera GX now.
I knew it had problem with VPNs, but you said yours was turned off, so I was...
Yep.
Yeah, well, take 5 XP. I think that earns 5 XP.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Do some great detective work like Alex did.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. That's just a lot of XP.
It is a lot of XP. I reward my players fairly for their effort, in and out of game.
Oh no, my foundry, it's broken.
We all just suddenly our foundry stuff crashes.
I
Yeah,
also
'cause everyone
punish
install
quickly and
NordVPN.
harshly.
True. Oh yeah, and also to answer your question, Suzanne, my hunger, I have 3 pips.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, so you're doing great.
Yeah, might
Hey,
need to chomp somebody.
Shall I make you hungrier?
No, I don't want that.
Do it, it'll be funny.
I guess. Yeah, because I mean, if that was literally the only question I could think of is like, because if we can get to a place this dude operates at, I might be able to get some insight.
So
'Cause
now
I
we
doubt
learned.
there might be anything here.
So yeah, we learned he lived on the streets. He sells melancholy, and apparently he imbibed in melancholy before he left last time. That is.
And what is I assume it's a drug.
Yeah, it's the one that gets you high.
So blood crack comes in 4 strains which relate to the 4 humors, which has to match up with your personality type in order to like actually get the best effects. So if you're a melancholy person, you're gonna want to take melancholy blood crack.
And you need to take it from melancholy humans.
Makes sense.
Yes.
That actually matches up with the girl we had seen.
Also true. Yeah, currently Ted is like slightly wandering around this little room, just kind of thoughtfully staring at things. And as you're ushering them out, there's like a look up, he's like, oh, and then he kind of falls.
Do the drugs tell you?
They might. Maybe I roll a premonition.
However you want to.
Yeah, you know what? Just for fun.
If you want to roll hunger.
I think it'd be funny.
Okay. Yeah, sure, totally.
Oh.
Hey, it's.
You gotta roll a rouse.
Oh, you're so right.
Oh.
Success.
Cool.
Okay, you don't get hungrier. All right. So as you're kind of moving through, you find that the various like beakers and other like alchemical supplies, they range. There's a very subtle hint of like laughter in the room, though. It's not joyous laughter, it's more like mad scientist laughter-y, you know? And it's
Makes
just like
sense.
very quiet and very just like ever present in the room. But many of the various beakers, some experience like very harsh emotions. Some of them are screaming, some of them are weeping, some of them sound delirious, and others sound very quiet in this room, I would say. It's not that they don't make noise to you. It's that it's like you go to the speaker, like, oh man, this is a real chill dude over here.
A lot of this too is just him being like, I don't like this room. I don't like this.
It's a very intense room when you peer beyond the veil.
Alright, you also disconnected. He handed us Jimmy's address and ripped it out of his little black book of all of his kindred's living areas. So he pretty much wrote off Jimmy as dead.
Yeah, I would too. As we're being kind of roused out, if there's no one else that wants to do anything.
Nah, I think we pretty much done everything.
Ted does like turn his head and gives my condolences.
Oh yes, whatever.
And he continues on, just very quickly, like, oh, thank God, I don't want to be in that room. I don't like the speakers.
So as you all leave, I'm assuming you're gonna go to where Jimmy tends to roost, as it were.
Yeah.
It is like yeah, it's probably our best bet.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
our best lead by now.
Okay. You guys head off more south down towards like where the Chinatown is and a lot more of the like warehousey kind of sections are. The address takes you to a run-down old building. It looks like it was probably an old apartment building at some point, and it just hasn't been upkept. There's a fence that surrounds the entire structure, but you can very easily find a variety of places where the fence has been ripped to the side, or some of the barbed wire that was attached at some point has been like a rug has been tossed over it or whatever.
Alright. Who would like to go first?
I'll go. I'm going,
What?
and I go.
Okay.
Alright.
You make it to the other side.
Yeah. There's like a brief second or two of a delay, and then Ted just kind of like walks over as well.
Velvet looks to make sure the coast is clear before she uses the blanket of the barbed wire to like leap over.
I'll hop over also.
I'll hop over, but I'll make no sound.
Whoa.
Is that an ability you get? Oh, I see.
Ooh. That's a cool one.
That is.
Is that
A little
a ritual?
intense for we enter into the building, but okay.
Yeah, it's cool though, and it lasts the whole scene.
I activate Silence of Death, GM. I soundlessly go over the fence.
I do like the name of that, just like so intense. Silence of Death. I make no noise.
Oh wow, that was pretty cool. You just made the fence quiet.
Fences are loud as hell.
It's very loud, yeah. As you all enter in, you can find a boarded up door where the board has been ripped open and then slightly put over in front of it again. Very easy to notice. You go inside and you find that a good majority of this building is like an indoor tent city. It seems that many disenfranchised of the city tend to live in this kind of place, especially with how rainy it tends to be. Any place where one can keep dry is always appreciated. It is, a bit out of the way, but you still find dozens of various tents, carts, other individuals kind of just laying about. Some rooms being occupied, some doors being intact, most doors being broken and ripped open. There is no electricity to this building. They're not like it causes you guys problems. You guys can see perfectly fine. But typically the only sources of light any individuals would get in this place are either some of them have like little crank lanterns that you can crank up and they can provide you power for a little bit, or a variety of like flashlights, whatever, whatever the ingenuitive people tend to do, or the few that have like window rooms that have a little bit of light from outside coming in, though at this time of night would be much too dark for most individuals. But yeah.
Esther, you are failing your constituents.
What?
You're the mayor.
Yeah. You want me to take charge of every single person's life in this town?
I mean, wasn't that your campaign promise?
And you want me to make good on it?
Yes.
That goes
You
against
should.
all of politics.
Listen, I don't know why you guys think I became mayor. It was only to get control of certain people with influence.
I mean, if it helps, I do mean I'm on your side in this discussion.
I appreciate you. You see the value of what I'm doing.
It's not value, it's just that's what a politician's role is.
Exactly.
Besides, there are many constituents you don't take stock in. And he kind of just like waves his hand over like some random fucking assortment of trash as we're like walking through.
They're people too, asshole.
He's
All
pointing at
right,
a
fine.
garbage
I'll
can.
help. And I reach into my coat pocket and I pull out like a wad of cash and place it somewhere. Go there for whoever lives here.
Didn't assassinate one of your political opponents for this.
What?
And moving on.
You heard
I
that,
help-
internet. Seattle is a shithole only because it's being ruled by vampires.
No, it was a
Makes sense.
shithole before the vampires came into office, and the vampires just chose not to do anything about it. I'll have you know that it's not my fault.
Anyway,
Which, by the way, real quick, just curious. As we're walking past any of these like tents, are there any that are maybe a bit more isolated, not evident, and sound like there's a person sleeping inside?
most of them do. It's getting close to the middle of the night.
I want to drink somebody. And as a sandman, I prefer sleeping targets.
Okay, sure.
So I was actually reading the feeding rules, and a lot of them are the DM can either just say you feed or you can do a check. And actually, fun little fact for anything you need, Cam, 307 has a list of possible checks for each feeding type if you need to determine a roll. So
It's
like for
not-
Sandman, Dex plus Stealth, or like for Farmer, Composure plus Animal Ken.
Interesting.
But
I look on
it's up
in
to you.
disgust as you try to feed here.
Yeah, it's just it talks about like it depends if the storyteller deems this to be a situation that's time sensitive, a play-by-play thing that could go wrong, or a hand wave for like it doesn't really matter. It's pretty easy right now.
Sure, okay. You do so with very little problem. It's incredibly dark here in the first place. And honestly, even if something did happen, the worst is you have a person making ruckus, and most of the other people here wouldn't care if that did happen.
A
So,
place where making a ruckus, no one will investigate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, he drinks.
you do so. And let's see.
The part I was looking for is like, is there a thing of how much, like hunger you get back?
Yeah, I was actually
Because it might just
thinking
be
that.
a whatever you deem it fit.
Well, it depends on I
Oh.
think if you want to kill the individual or not.
Oh wait, feeding table. 212. The hunger reduces by the relevant amount. All right, let's go to 212.
Yeah, I actually did just scroll up to that page. A sip like 1 hunger, and you lick the wound close, and yeah. You can do the maximum non-harmful drink.
I'd like to do that one.
Okay. But that will take the scene, so you'd be doing this while everyone is doing other stuff here.
Okay, I'll come back for that then. He makes note of like a perfect sets of people.
Okay.
Or alternatively, I could take sips as we go along. Just every once in a while, like he's just gone for like 30 seconds or something. And he quickly catches up.
I would
You
say
know
if you
what?
go about it in that fashion, then we'll have to make checks.
Okay.
Because multiple people being possibly attacked, that changes things slightly.
That does. I'll wait then. I'll wait till we're on our way out.
Sure. Okay. All right. So what do y'all do? You're here. It's not like a place where you have a room or anything.
There's a good chance to ask people.
You good?
Is there anyone awake?
If you guys prowl around a little bit, you'll find some individuals who are just kind of like chilling in like a room or a corner or something.
Looks over at our fearless mayor. Did you wish to interact with them?
Must
your
I?
They are your people.
Are you sure these ones are the ones that vote?
Probably.
I mean, technically, if we were to take some pictures, we could at least get the sympathy vote for you. With you interacting.
Okay, you're right. For the upcoming elections.
We did actually just recently have elections here.
We did.
Oh,
Here's a
go
good
up,
question.
go.
Did Alistair get reelected in real life?
This is what decides it.
If you fuck up this charisma check, you didn't get reelected.
Yep. If I fuck up this charisma check, I kill everyone here so there's no witnesses. And then I can get reelected anyway.
Wow,
Anyway.
I can't believe you.
So, if you want to do like a general, just kind of asking around to individuals, we can make this I would say a charisma plus investigation.
Does it help that I'm hot?
I don't think these people care.
I will
also
say it
dark.
will at some point, yeah. If you're asking multiple individuals, so.
Okay. And then think Awe is the one that helps with stuff. Yeah, charisma related. So I want to use my Awe skill.
Okay, go and post it. Okay, so you add your presence rating.
Yeah. And because I'm hot, I'm stunning. I get 2. And my presence is 2.
Ooh.
Messy crit.
Burn.
A messy crit, huh?
I keep getting messy crits on these guys.
You do.
I'm too good at this game.
Okay. All right. So, Alistair, you do your job too well. What do you want to know, first of all?
I guess just like if any of these people know or are like familiar with the guy we're looking for.
Okay. As you're asking around to various individuals, it doesn't take much. Red-haired individuals are rare enough as is. But Jimmy is kind of notorious around here for, sharing some of his stash with people. Sometimes it doesn't go well for individuals, and sometimes it's the best trip of their life. You speak with such quicksilver words that kind of flow from one person to the next that you kind of just get lost in the haze of communicating with people. The second you get information, you're just off to the next person and off to the next person and off to the next person. Before you really have realized it, you've now garnered a bit of a following of individuals who are enraptured by you.
Yeah, I think it starts off as like, yeah, oh, fine, or whatever. I'll reluctantly go and ask these people, and then I start getting like into doing it good, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm seeing potential here. All right, and I just sort of keep going with it. And I think it just sort of devolves into like, I'll eventually just sort of stop asking about what's his face and being like, hey, have you heard? You heard about me?
But yeah, now you got a bunch of people who are constantly following you around. Very curious about what you're doing. But you guys get the information.
Quick, someone take a picture. You guys have your cameras, right?
Someone else does.
I've got a phone.
The tabloids are gonna eat this up.
Ugh.
Willenbury, get over here, take the pictures.
Willenbury is watching your vehicle.
Damn
There's
it,
not-
too far.
Calls out through a window.
Sorry, I'm riding this high.
I'm not good at taking pictures. Anyone else got a steady hand?
I'm not helping him with this.
You wanted me to help them.
Not this kind of help.
Oh.
Here you
Thank
go.
you.
You press this button. She points to the camera shutter button.
This button? Points.
No,
to the
that
road.
shuts off the screen.
Oh. How do you turn this back on?
You push the same button again.
You're pressing the buttons too hard.
All right, and then he starts pushing random buttons.
That's the volume.
Oh, no.
We end up not taking a photo. We take a video.
We
I
screenshot
don't know.
somewhere in the video.
Would this be a technology something check?
Because it's your character, yes. Intelligence technology.
Maybe we should have helped him to get it over with.
All right.
Just
No,
a video of me talking to these
this'll
guys
go up.
really kindly, but like a little manipulative.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Whoa!
Okay.
Now this
Yeah,
is really funny.
you take the video. It looks horrifying. It looks like found footage. I need to remind you, it's the middle of a night in a building with no power. Even if
Yeah,
you're
it's
using
terrifying.
the flashlight function of your phone, you have this businessman talking to a bunch of homeless people in a building in which it's just black around them.
I'm handing them a little money with like a deranged look on my face.
It looks more like he's paying these people for some kind of service. Oh god, you even take a picture and it's not better. It's just the flash, a bunch of people standing in a dark room, and there's the mayor.
There's a bunch of red eye.
Oh god.
No, only the mayor has red eyes.
Ugh.
How does it come out? Do I look re-electable?
Terrifying.
It needs some edits.
I feel like I'm gonna find this on 4chan later.
I really did well for only rolling 2 dice.
Actually, Ophelia, did you want me to send you the picture? It is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Can you send me it too?
Yeah.
If you send it to me, I can post it on 4chan.
No,
Why
we
are you
can't.
wait, I
we
can't send
can't
it to
prove
you.
that we're connected via phones.
We can't do that. So I'll print this out. Next time we meet up, I'll give you the photo.
Thank you.
It's just gonna look more and more like cryptid art.
That's the point. Because then if someone confiscates from her, no one's gonna believe what it is.
True. So it's like, man, AI art's getting crazy. Someone just photoshopped the mayor with all these random homeless people in the middle of the night.
Can I put it on a shirt?
Yes,
That's
we
like
should all have
Redbubble.
matching t-shirts.
If we were a bigger channel, this would be the perfect random like merch to give to
Quick.
the channel.
Somebody buy boot or a suit.
Just like a postcard of my character being deranged with homeless people.
No, like, you know, if the channel was big enough, here's my exact idea. I'd love to get this stage with Henry Cavill as your character in a
Yes.
suit, just staged, and then put this on a t-shirt.
If we get to the point where I could get Henry Cavill to play one of my characters, I would die.
That's fair.
That's just the exact image in my head of just this image of Henry Cavill doing this thing for the photo. It might be a Henry Cavill lookalike.
Yeah, the lookalike might be easier.
Well, we have the we have the location of where he stays, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez, yeah, you're right. Hey, by
But
the
when,
way, where does that guy stay?
Yeah, when we get that information, like it's found, Ted makes his way over there.
Okay.
Very specifically, he's also just like, maybe Alistair, you should stay away from it for a little bit. Keep them over there around you. Talk to your fans.
All right, I'll see what I can make happen here, and I sort of try to coach the group of homeless people into how to go around singing my praises to the other people, talking about how much I helped them.
As she's walking away, Ophelia like looks at the photo, looks at or not her.
Wow.
Velvet looks at Ophelia. My words are mixing up. I am tired. Looks over to Ophelia and goes, with what he's doing with these homeless people, we could probably take this picture and make some cryptid campaign shirts for these people.
Wait, did I just hear you right?
I mean, it gives them shirts, they get more clothing, and it's propaganda for his election, however he wants to run that.
Why can't we just get them thrifted clothes?
well, we can get thrifted clothes. We can just add this picture onto it.
I kind of
It's even
want that.
worse.
I want that as a t-shirt.
Mismatched shirts with this picture on them.
All right, so Ted, you're heading off to where the room is.
Yeah, he's just walking along, and then every once in a while he crouches down. Maybe like there's a broken bottle somewhere. He like holds it, shakes his head mournfully, and keeps walking.
Uh, you find it somewhere. Kind of, it's on the base floor. It's one of the interior kind of rooms, like one of the rooms that wouldn't have had a window, which makes sense for a kindred, honestly. You find that the door is locked.
Lockpick.
Okay. That's going to be a dexterity subterfuge.
Can do.
Or
yeah,
sorry, larceny.
Unironically, he's seen corpses in this place. This place is very unnerving. Because he does believe they're fully sentient. Okay. What was that again? That was larceny.
Dexterity.
Dexterity larceny. Gotcha. Ooh yeah. 2 successes.
Okay. All right. That is just enough. You pick the lock and you open it into a room that is how to describe this. It's a mess. It looks terrible, but it also looks like the comfiest place in this entire building.
Damn.
It's just like there's a really dirty couch and like some beanbag chairs and a TV that is kind of hooked up to what looks like a portable generator. Like this would be essentially the person living the high life in this situation. And it doesn't look terrible. There's nothing here particularly. It seems very sparse. The only thing you can really find is like a duffel bag that has a variety of clothes in it. And yeah, that's about it.
I guess as the investigator, he would know if he can find anything in this room that would I guess give him any clues or I guess information on Jimmy. As if it does help, I am specialized in deduction.
Okay. Well, before you really get into it, you look into this room, and while you're noticing all the like comfiness and stuff, everything here seems dead.
Oh.
You look at the couch, it looks lifeless. You look at the beanbag chair, it looks like it might as well have been made of stone. The TV has a vacant void in it that will never see light again.
So honestly, like, it's a pretty nice room. And the fact that he walks in here and feels silence. Something he's very rare. Though there is still the knowledge of like, I don't like this feeling that all these things are just kind of empty. That doesn't bode well.
All right. Do with that information as you may. You can continue on with what you were going to do.
Mainly he's going to try and not even through his Malkavian crazy side, just see if there's any I guess just possessions in this room that he can deduce stuff about Jimmy from.
I will say that was also a premonition. for
Yeah.
the sake of your ability.
Yeah. I guess much. Because I like that ability, but it is also like you can proc or the DM can proc.
Yep. When I do it, it doesn't cost you a rouse check though, so
That's pretty hype. I'll take it. But yeah, I will like dig through his duffel bag and go through all that, see what I can.
okay. This will be an intelligence investigation.
Oh,
Whoa.
Messy crit, but
Okay.
6 successes. Man, I got a normal crit success and a blood one.
Yep. So as you're looking through everything, you the deadness of the room creates callousness. You kind of disconnect a little bit and you just kind of become focused on your task of finding out why he's here. You end up like completely emptying out his duffel bag, putting all his clothes just sprawled across the floor where you can each see it. You begin looking around. Oh yeah, you didn't add your bonus for deduction, I don't think.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know. How would I do that?
It's just you get a 1 die bonus.
Oh, okay, that's how that works.
So I guess you can just roll a d10.
That's a
That's
success.
1 more success.
let's go.
7 successes.
So with it all kind of placed on the floor, you have deduced a few things. One, Jimmy tends to put any clothes that he needs washed into the duffel bag, probably goes off to like a place to get it done, and then brings it back, doesn't even bother unfolding it. This bag is full of predominantly clean clothes. Considering how much the duffel bag can hold and how much clothes was in it, he probably had done it recently, which means that the clothes that he kind of carried with him on his back was the only clean or was pretty much the only bit of clothes really missing from this bag, you'd wager, which means that he wasn't intending on going anywhere for an extended period of time. Looking over everything, you find that this room has a variety of traces of blood crack just in the corners. He tends to try his best to keep this place clean, but is not the most diligent. There's also faint smells of uh, people in this room. It seems like from time to time he does take people in here to feed. Other than that, you get the sensation that he left with an intention of coming back. And he probably did not have much on him at the time. He doesn't even seem to have much of the blood crack that he had gotten, meaning that he was probably overindulging somewhat with his partner, rather. Meaning, actually, here's an interesting thing you can deduce from this. That means from the quantity that he would have had to have taken, he was probably more subdued than normal.
We're writing this all down.
So, whoever attacked him might have noticed that he was out of sorts. Might. Or it was just his bad luck. In any regard, by the time you get done kind of deducing everything, you realize that you've pretty much just stripped his entire apartment down and it just looks like a mess at this point. It looks like someone cased this place hard.
Immediately comes to his senses with that and isn't like disappointed of his normal senses of getting in, getting out completely with zero trace of his presence. It's like, fuck. That's just embarrassing. I think for a bit he might honestly just try like with what he did, to scatter the mess in a believable method that just makes it look like Jimmy was just a messy guy.
Okay.
Not gonna clean it up, but he's gonna just like, yeah, Jimmy was kind of a slob.
All right. I guess this will be a composure subterfuge.
I was looking at like I was like, I think it would be a subterfuge check.
Not like you need to roll, but you
Yeah.
make his room messier than when you found it, and anyone who knew Jimmy would probably be like, "This looks weird." But
Those who don't know Jimmy.
for a room in an abandoned building, it's not that bad. So you get that information.
From I guess the only other question I have, because this will dictate some stuff.
Sure.
From all the senses he's been getting in this room, is there a chance he could like determine how long ago
No.
maybe Jimmy left? Damn. I'm trying to establish a timeline.
Unfortunately, your power is not that convenient.
Yeah. Open from like how faint the people smell is.
Even that would be really hard to tell, mostly because you just don't know, if that would at all be relevant.
Yeah. Well, then he steps out of Jimmy's room, relocks it, and yeah, just casually strolls out quickly. Also, looks around to see to find the closest like other tent or structure nearby. Like, who is Jimmy's closest neighbor?
Sure. You do so.
And then looks towards his friends of determined a few things. The best method forward that I can see is figuring out how long ago it was that Jimmy left. And he points toward like that tent. Could one of you go ask them?
Well, so this is, you don't need this information. You know approximately, probably, that from when he was at the apartment the last time, he is probably heading back here and never made it back.
Yeah, got on the bus. So then, oh, okay. So we need to find the nearest bus stop to here. Though the bus went to hell, so I don't know.
Gotta find the nearest portal to hell.
That's
Maybe
a
it's
bad.
Maybe it's a different bus. Maybe they'll say something.
It's true. You know, I mean, I've never been to hell. They probably have transfers.
Yeah, they have something like that. Glances at the hat.
Uh,
Doesn't mention it. But I guess the best situation here is we figure out if it was when it happened, because he definitely got on the bus. Did he make it here and then to the nearest bus stop that he would have taken here, and then something happened, or did something happen on the bus?
Well, we can always check the area, like we did in the last place.
I think it's the best idea, and it shouldn't be too hard to find the nearest bus stop.
Can I look up on my phone the bus routes?
You can indeed.
And look
You
at
find a variety of bus. I mean, you're not. It's not downtown Seattle, but you're still kind of in the urban section of Seattle. there's a lot of buses that kind of just go everywhere. But with a little bit of time, you find the routes that he would have taken to get to the nearest bus stop here. And you find that this bus stop is a couple of city blocks from here. So a little bit of walking.
Then
The
that
nearest-
gives us a route. He's like looking over your shoulder as you're typing that.
That direction. She points off in the direction that it is. I look over at Aliester. Is he done doing whatever the fuck he's doing?
Just sort of coaching these guys as best as possible,
Well,
making sure they know how to go and spread the propaganda properly.
we should get out of here then. As he like leans away from your shoulder, then stops, gives you a pat, and like it appreciates the new case, by the way, and then walks off.
Yeah, let's hurry before he talks till morning.
I am gonna have to grab something to eat, and then he, from there he'll feed. He'll do the he'll drink somebody, take
Okay,
a little
well.
sippy.
Let's see if there's anyone who's not been awoken by the
Great
mess
question.
that is Aliester, because Aliester roused a good number of individuals who are now crowding around.
Fuck, Alias. You woke everyone up. I need
You
a
guys
drink
wanted
as
me to
sleep
talk to
person.
them. I was reluctant. You made this happen.
All right. Let's see here. There's a 30% chance, so 7 or higher. Nope.
I swear.
I did
That
not leave a
bricks.
single tent unturned.
I need a drink.
There might be some not too far from here.
I just need to find somebody sleeping, which should be easy.
Yeah, there might be an apartment nearby. Who knows?
I'll get the mayor.
Thank you.
Walk over to him. All right. Talk over. We need to go. New lead.
All right, guys. It was great seeing you. If you have any problems, you know where to find me. Ha 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 ha. And I just like back off. Time for me
They're
to go.
they're all chatting amongst themselves, and it's yeah. Imagine a bunch of like Trumpists getting together, because that was kind of the vibe you were starting to foster in these individuals.
Yeah. As soon as I turn around, I have a look of disgust. I need to take a bath.
I grip his arm a little too tightly as we're walking, as I'm dragging him out.
You wanted me to help them, now they're happier.
They are happier, yeah, that's true.
Has one of them excitedly found the bundle of cash Aliester left behind?
It's a strange
Oh,
thing. Several of them have been looking at it kind of sketchily. They're like, whose money is that? I don't know. And then like taking some dollars out of it and then like leaving it. There's like they won't know something is missing.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to call attention. That's very suspicious.
They were waiting for the fucked up YouTube prank video where the money gets pulled away.
Exactly.
True. Oh.
And then I
that
pull
makes
in
me
the
so
string.
sad.
It was a prank the whole time.
Anyway, so you guys head out to the bus stop, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Keeping an eye
Yeah.
for any sleepy homeless person for our friend.
Or like sleepy apartment buildings I could easily slink and crawl into.
So, as you guys head off, you go to it. It seems like a nothing street. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Probably a bus stop from back when many of these warehouses were used a lot more often. And of course, there are still some individuals who live here. There are some out of the way, kind of terrible apartment buildings that still probably cost, over 1,000 per room, And it's the middle of the night. It's actually getting pretty deep into the night at this point, well after midnight. It was rainy earlier, but it seems to have stopped now. Just a little bit chilly out. You guys pull the vehicle over to the side of the road and get out, and you're at the bus stop now. What do you do?
Are there any
Um,
obvious cameras in the area?
No.
Oh.
I would like to take a look at the schedule because maybe it'll set up a time frame between this bus stop and the previous one where he might have vanished.
We can say that has already been done because you guys know roughly when he left.
Hmm.
And he would have gotten back probably a little after midnight. It's about an hour and 45-minute bus ride for him.
Okay.
Well. I mean, there also wouldn't possibly be any signs of like, someone won't leave tracks of the fucking city, but I guess I'm gonna ask the bus stop a couple questions and see if I can proc my premonition. As he walks up to like the little shelter for the bus stop and just, or even like the sign of where the bus stop is, and just goes like, "Excuse me, I'd like to rouse."
Okay. You get hungrier.
It was on the thing. It was on a success. I'm gonna need food right after this. Premonition.
Oh no.
Oh fuck. Oh.
What the fuck is that?
What happens here? Do we have to kill him?
All right.
Oh.
So, as you're talking to the bus stop, your vision warps as you're sucked into a moment in the past. You all watch as Ted suddenly collapses.
That's such a funny image of just, excuse me, crumble. Falls immediately.
With my fast speed, I catch him before he hits his head on the ground.
Thank you.
I mean, sure, it wouldn't really hurt him that bad anyway.
Yeah, I can take some head trauma.
Yeah,
I do it anyways.
I see it happening and don't react. I just like look around like, does someone see this? Should we be worried? Nah, it's probably fine. It's normal, I bet.
Holy shit, is he okay?
I knew he said he was hungry, but I didn't think it was that bad.
I can't remember. Do bestial failures increase your hunger?
I hope not.
Yeah, boy, if that does.
It does say possible bestial failure, which is worrying me.
I assume there are just like mundane checks that can't proc bestial failure.
Yeah, I am directly trying to
Yeah,
I'm
unfortunately,
trying to
he's
use
tapping
nothing.
into his powers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which would be the example of a bestial failure. Oh, wait, no, a compulsion can come out. Let's
Yeah,
see.
boy.
Have you found the bestial failure part?
Yeah, it's in 207.
207.
Let's see. Either the character failed because their beast manifested inopportunely or excessively, or the character's failure angered their beast into manifesting inopportunely or excessively. The following are good results from a bestial failure. Character must act out of compulsion as the blood starts to subtly dictate their actions. For players new to the game or troops that want their characters less prone to acting urges, choose one of the options below. Character loses a dot and an advantage, as on a messy critical. Character suffers one or more points of aggravated health damage. If no one in the troop can come up with a good idea, the hunger increases by 1. If this result would take their hunger above 5, the character immediately rolls to resist hunger frenzy at difficulty 4. If your roll succeeds anyway, you cannot get a bestial failure no matter how many hunger dice come up as. That is why it says possible.
So pretty much if you had failed that, it would have been a guaranteed bestial failure.
Yes. So yeah, if you do actually fail the check with a bestial failure, that's when it happens, but it looks like
I mean, most difficulties are 2.
yeah, and I guess then the next question is what is success or premonition? Let me look at the blood ability. Because there's probably a 2. The number of successes. Oh wait. The number of successes rolled determines the level of insight on the subject. There isn't a DC for this. It's the amount of successes determines how much info you give me.
Yeah.
If there is any to give.
I'm gonna roll content, or I'm gonna say content and say you just pass out.
Okay.
You will. Something has happened. And fortunately, I'm reading over messy criticals as well. Most of the time, you guys aren't in a situation where your messy critical is like terrible for you. It's only terrible if you use a strength check and then you rip a car in half or something. Because the stains are like remorse, degeneration, when your humanity falls. Yeah, it's like your beast is not being necessarily enticed.
Yeah, and if I do get a compulsion from this, if that procs in with this, I do have the Malkavian compulsion.
What's that one?
It is delusion. Their extrasensory gifts running wild, the vampire experiences what might be truths or portents, but what others call figments of imagination dredged up by hunger.
Oh,
While
perfect.
still functional, the vampire's mind and perceptions are skewed. They receive a 2 dice penalty to rolls involving dexterity, manipulation, composure, and wits. Oh, God. As well as on rolls to resist terror frenzy for 1 scene. Okay, so it's just for 1 scene, but yeah, I am just going through a vision quest, I guess.
Yep.
That's perfect for what you set up. Hell
Yep.
yeah, continue.
That's that storyteller's instinct there.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, you watch Ted. Ophelia comes and catches you, so you don't hurt yourself. And Ted's just out, but he is acting a little vampire-y. His hands are kind of clutching, and he's baring his fangs. What do y'all do?
Maybe you should step away from him.
Is
Is there a sleeping person nearby?
He doesn't look like he's in a condition to feed.
She's not looking for him to feed. She's looking for someone nearby.
Yeah, one of
Please.
you could technically feed him if you so choose. That's always
No,
a possibility.
Give
I
me
don't think he's
your
worthy of my blood.
I don't want your blood. I don't want to be fucking blood bonded.
what?
I do have very addictive blood.
I don't
Want to be
want
blood
that.
bonded with me?
I want zero connections like that to anybody here.
Oh,
Blood
any-
binding sucks. It is a bad experience.
Augustus won't take advantage of you.
The Velvet's idea of looking for a sleeping person was like, I can ask for their consent to give blood. She won't swallow the blood. She'll put it into one of the empty bottles she keeps on hand for emergencies, spit the blood in, and then pour it into him.
That could
That's her
work.
idea, and then just wipe their memory afterwards.
Or go to the nearest hospital for a blood bag and then erase their memories.
Yeah, if we know any black market deals for blood banks.
It's probably nowhere nearby.
I do believe blood has to be drinking fresh, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll have to check because I know there's a thing of you can have like drinking from blood bags is a thing you can do. Or it's common.
You need a specific feeding type for it, or like a advantage to feed from blood
Also,
bags.
if your blood potency is higher than a 1, if you drink from bagged blood, it slacks half of your hunger.
Yeah, it's Bagger is the one of that specifically goes through that. You steal by or otherwise procure cold blood rather than hunt.
Yeah.
Ventru cannot pick this type.
Don't want it. It's gross.
I have a certain diet.
He doesn't like the canned stuff.
Prefer.
Do you know how many preservatives are in that stuff? Ugh.
I prefer my blood natural, no GMOs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are y'all doing? He's kind of acting a little weird, and you guys are technically right by a bus stop at the moment. It's middle of the night, no one's around at the moment. You can put him in the limo until he calms down.
He's gonna tear up the seats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No one respects my car.
That's okay. I could
Yeah,
just
your
do
car is
him.
so fucking annoying, dog.
We can't just leave him here.
So I could just subdue him. Make sure he doesn't get out of control. I don't know what's happening to him.
Bold statement when
Alright.
it comes to fighting a vampire.
Do you want me to knock him out?
I ring up Willenbury and tell her to get the car, bring it around.
Willenbury drives the car like 10 feet forward. I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys got off near the bus stop.
Yeah, I didn't want to go over there though. I also just really like making it just sort of inconvenient for Willenbury.
Also, that's 10 less feet he has to walk now.
Hey, you got me there.
Like, Willenbury gets a lot of really pointless tasks during her day.
As a vampire, he's a lot of things, but he's not one that gets his steps in.
That's true.
All right, well, Ted's out for the rest of the scene. So what are you all doing? And Ted, I'm going to send you sparse text that relates to your vision.
Okay.
And it's going to be your job to create whatever your vision was based loosely on the text I'm giving you.
Sounds good.
I think I'll use this time to kind of look around and see if there was any particular areas where he might have been ambushed between here and maybe home.
Okay.
Can I help?
If you want to.
I guess this will join you.
I'll follow along, but I don't think I have the skill set to really be of use unless we're caught doing something weird.
Should I keep an eye on Ted?
Yeah.
You said you would hold him down in that car.
Okay. I am holding him down in the car.
As I'm leaving, I'd go, if I come back and find my seats destroyed, that's expensive leather.
I can't pay for it.
If you need backup, you can yell.
If you need backup, you can yell.
Okay.
If you need backup, please don't yell, Ophelia. I will not be able to help any problem that you can't handle with your fists.
True.
What would I need to make for the roll?
All right, so y'all are just looking at various places between here and the apartment where he would have gotten ambushed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that will be your guys' choice of either wits awareness or wits investigation.
Ooh, I'll go wits awareness.
I'll go with an investigation.
Yeah, I'll do investigation.
Oh, I was wondering who got the train.
Who else?
Train boy.
Bro.
Okay. The streets are dark, but not to kindred, so it's very hard to kind of get the jump on a kindred in most situations. It's mostly just either warehouses or like apartment buildings around here, and the streets are surprisingly wide, probably due to the frequency of trucks through this area, big carrier trucks. So to catch a kindred off guard here, you would need to be able to do so without creating a sound or approaching from an angle that can be easily seen. You don't really see much in the way of spots like this along the road or anything. The only place that you find is near the bus stop itself. It's kind of like set off near a building, like it's kind of like at one point is probably like a nice little garden area with a little cover over, but of course not maintained at all. It's just dirt in a rock patch, more or less, in like this alcove of a building. And it doesn't really seem to go anywhere, but there's only a place you could imagine something being that could easily reach them with little time to respond. Upon looking a little bit more into it, you all catch the scent of blood. And looking around with a bit more scrutiny, you find a few pips of blood drops in the dirt. It's rather old by this point in time, but due to your keen senses, it's still there, barely. And obviously the rain and everything hasn't been helping either. The most you can gather from this information is something did indeed happen here.
Can we tell if it's vampire blood or?
Do you have Bloodhound?
It does.
I'm really sorry. My Discord kept hiccuping over and over again during that entire explanation.
All you need to know is that near the bus stop was probably where he was attacked, if it was him.
Okay.
Was I cutting out for anyone else?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I would say working with her long enough, you guys do know Velvet can smell resonance in blood if it's human. Because she has the bloodhound feet.
Well, I mean, what are you doing during this whole time?
She would have been investigating around the bus stop itself, not necessarily in the garden, seeing if there was signs of a struggle, anything like that. Papers kicked up.
I mean, you are relatively. They're right next to you. Like I said, the bus stop is
Okay.
close to this alcove. So
Well, then she'll come over and smell it, see if she gets a resonance off of it.
I was 6 feet away going, man, I guess we're going to have to go back and get Velvet for this, huh? Oh, I gotta go so far out of our way. It's just so much work going back and forth and back and
Willenbury
forth.
pulls up onto the curb and just drops.
I call Willenbury with my phone. I go, hey, can you bring Velvet over?
Oh, God.
Do I pick up a resonance?
And you said it's only for human blood?
I can smell the resonance of a human's blood without tasting it.
Okay.
I just need to be within olfactory range. Actually, let me just. There we go.
I would say this is not human's blood.
All right, means it's probably our guy.
There's a good
Possible.
chance.
But that leaves
Oh.
a problem. Where'd they go?
It's just like a few splatters here and not like going off in any direction.
Correct.
Hmm.
Is
I can
this-
loosely draw for y'all a like here is the road. Here's the bus stop bench.
And we're like 100, 200 feet away, huh? Maybe 1,000. We're like really far from there.
And here's the alcove that would have had like plants in it at some point.
Hmm.
It's like I'm there.
Whoa. You're too good, Cam.
I
It's
know.
like you're so far from this. You're like not even in this scene, basically.
And that's how good the drawing is.
Uh,
Are there any windows above it? Any ledges?
Or any tracks, maybe.
No, actually, it just from this alcove straight up, you got about a 2-story building, and it's just brick all the way up.
and there's nothing else like suspicious about this alcove itself.
No, like I said, it was probably used to dress it up at some point, earlier when the city was trying to maintain its public transport. It's long since fallen into disrepair.
And
So whereabout in this planner would you say the blood spots were?
It is almost right up. Why can I not draw anymore? Oh, that's not what I want.
Or you could ping.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It is about which is just in what would have been a flower bed at one point.
And the nearest alley from here, anywhere out of sight? Would that be north of here or south of here?
I guess technically both. This is pretty centered on the building that it's on currently.
I can't help but think about the most obvious possibility, just they went up. Or I guess if our friend Aramastus was here, he would posture that perhaps they went down into hell here.
That's not my name, but thank you.
I can almost hear him now.
Oh, this is just an alcove, and we found the blood splatter here. Is there a weird switch around this area? Maybe this is a secret door?
Interesting. With your wits awareness that you made, you don't find any secret doors.
Okay.
Is there a sewer grate nearby?
No.
I'm pretty sure I can just jump to the top of this building. Because looking at soaring leap, my potency is 2.
Well, if you
Can
want, I
jump
can
2
swap out with
stories?
you.
according to the internet, that is like standard 2-story building is 18 to 20 feet tall with 5.5 to 6 meters.
Crazy.
I don't know
Yeah.
how high that is, but that's pretty good.
About 2
I
stories
mean-
of a house.
You're also just kindred. But yeah, a 2-story building in approximation would be about 7-ish meters.
Just a good old fashioned, just standing jump.
I could do it, but that means no one's watching this dude.
I'll be fine. What are you talking about?
I can watch him for you.
He's muttering just weird shit. Something about ravens.
Oh god. Warhammer visions. Is his breathing okay?
I don't breathe.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
vampires.
I'm a
That's
vampire.
Oh god, he's not breathing.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did
that's
not
normal.
start breathing, so everything's fine.
Yeah, the moment you see a vampire breathe, like, oh, thank God he's breathing. Wait.
I often forget that.
It's alright.
I'll be honest, the only reason I very strongly know that is because I had to replay this one segment of Vampire Bloodlines constantly that starts with a cutscene talking about this guy being like, whoa, you're a vampire? Crazy, you don't breathe? That's nuts. I saw it so many fucking times. It's burned in my brain.
Fair.
That part of the game sucks.
Though, double checking the alleyways, the blood doesn't like continue at all, right?
No, it's just a few pips, which is very strange. Not only that, but, when you think about it, there's nothing between here and the bench where he would have gotten off the bus near about.
And the pips are on the flower bed?
Yeah.
I'd like to drop a few drops of blood there.
Okay. Nothing happens.
So perhaps something was over here that would have lured him. Something or someone. All right. I pull out my phone and call Willenbree. I say, could you send over Ophelia, please?
I can hear you. I'm on the curb.
I just like giving Willenbree useless tasks.
Willembree's on
Meaningless.
the sidewalk now.
Yeah, she's like 3 feet away from us.
Well, Humbry looks at you, Ophelia.
Augustus, can you take over?
Yeah, I can.
He's muttering about ravens.
Uh,
You keep track of anything else he says.
I will, don't worry.
He's talking about a lingering beast following
Augustus.
you.
That's the hat.
Oh,
I
God.
know it.
Oh, well, the hat's in proximity. One sec, let me read a hat quote.
Muttering and in perfect speech hat quote.
Yeah, it's just like like muttering, and then for 1 second, there's just eyes open, no like pupils, pure white of just in the depths of the rainy city, a consensus is made, all is lost, and then eyes closed again.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Ophelia, can we switch, please?
Nope, see ya.
No!
Jump.
Do you want me to take over?
No, I'm not. I won't subject you through this.
You sure about that? You're paler than normal.
Oh, I'll be fine. I think it might be the hat. I don't know.
Velvet
Suddenly
looks very confused.
Your hat is a little too tight on your head.
Oh, it's not on my head, it's on my side.
Oh shit.
It's just gripping the belt tightly.
Oh god.
It's supposed to be on your side?
Yeah, like a
Looks at your
holster.
head in horror. Then when did it get there?
Did he eat me?
Anyway, Ophelia, can you check out the top of this thing?
I'm
I was
already
pointing
up
out
here,
to the
dipshit.
building. What, does it look weird?
Does it look weird, Cam?
So you jumped up. Okay.
Yeah.
Which awareness?
Ooh.
Okay. So when you get to the top of the building, you are instantly hit with the strong scent of old blood, probably a couple days old at this point. The lip of the building just at the top of here does have it seemed like a slight smear of blood on it, like something was dragged over the edge. That would be suspicious to you if there wasn't a large blood splotch on the top of this building that has been slightly worn away with rain.
Okay, so we have days old blood, blood dragging, and then blood splop being worn away by rain.
You don't find any clothes or anything like that, though. Just a blood splat on the top of this building, it seems.
Probably unrelated.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, it's very feasible that the blood just dripped down here then.
I think you got it.
Is there any other way to get up there, like a door or something?
No. Most of these buildings weren't built with roof access in mind.
Can I jump down and then attempt to carry... Holy shit, I've forgotten your name, Suzanne. Hazel?
Velvet.
Velvet. Attempt to carry Velvet up to the roof.
You can. I will remind y'all, you're just kindred. You can just try to roll to climb a building like it's nothing.
We are very cool. Very strong.
Yeah, but why roll when I can just guaranteed jump?
It is funny.
I'm doing it in 5.5-inch platforms as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I can just climb. Okay, I guess I'm going up with you.
It's faster. What if you fail?
What's your blood potency?
1.
For your soaring leap?
Oh, 2.
2. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, technically, when you jump, you need to like vault or something when you do so, because you don't quite leap 100% like onto the building.
Oh, we can do the cheerleader one where we just launch you.
I would say if you're trying to do it with an individual, I'll make you roll a athletics strength check.
What in the absolute fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Classic VTM.
I
All right.
believe you could spend a resource to re-roll.
Reroll one of them.
Yeah, one of
Oh,
them.
I see.
Oh, faceplant. Ground's too slippery.
Well, you
can-
grab onto it, but you're not able to grip on. If Velvet would like to just jump off of you from that point, I guess.
It may as well.
I will
Ophelia.
climb up, but I'll probably do it through one of the alleyways.
Can I jump up onto the building and attempt to like quickly turn around and grab Ophelia's hands so they don't completely fall to the ground?
Sure, why not? This will be, we'll say, a dexterity. We'll say dexterity athletics. Success.
Let's go.
I grab you and just pull you up. Oh boy, you were not kidding when you said this was a mess.
Yeah.
And then, Michael, if you want, just climb up the side of the building. It'll be
Yep.
strength, athletics.
Let me see.
Bonus if you have a specialty in climbing.
I don't. Just check it to see if I do.
Or parkour.
I had a specialty in parkour. Fuck.
Oh, you could roll
Me
an extra
too.
die.
I have a history in crime. Maybe I did some second story work. Just kidding.
Did you happen to buy the climbing kit?
Nope.
It's a bit hard, you know. I mean,
I'm an old man.
it doesn't quite apply, but you know, it's just not something you're used to doing. You make it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You make it like halfway up, but you don't find sufficient handholds. You get stuck.
And they're far enough we cannot like just reach down and pull them up.
No. I will say though, given enough time, you'll probably make it at some point. So we'll continue on first with Velvet and Ophelia.
Same as far as smell goes. Nothing.
Yeah, no, there's definitely not human blood.
Well. And this is just a blood splatter. There's no outline or anything.
Nope. Make a witch awareness.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, just the blood. That's all you really can tell from this part of the scene.
Guess I will look around, see if there's any other splatters.
Okay. While you're doing so, Michael, you finally scramble on top of this building.
Well, I guess I don't exhale, but you know what I mean. Just exasperation.
You do it for the drama.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem up here? Oh, dear.
Yeah. It's not human blood.
Definitely not. I can't smell anything.
Okay, and there's no particular drag marks. Is there a blood splatter near one of the other buildings? Like if their body was to be taken and like leapt from building to building?
No, not necessarily, but make a witch awareness for me.
Sure.
Ugh. Damn.
Okay. So, generally looking over the area, you again just mostly notice the blood mark and with a little bit of added context, you find that more than likely what probably happened was the individual was pulled up over the edge, was scuffed a little bit on the edge doing so, and then must have at some point been cut or stabbed or something to drop some blood over the edge before they were dragged to the center of this building where whatever made them splat on the roof happened. But you don't know what happened to their clothes or, you know, bones, body remnants, any of that kind of stuff, or where the creature could have possibly have gone. If it was a creature.
There's not many things that can manhandle a kindred this severely. Does anything particularly come to mind?
In general knowledge, only a werewolf could you think of off the top of your head. But you also know that this world is filled with darkness, and there's many things out there that very few people have ever seen.
Well, off the top of my head, all I can think is maybe a werewolf attack, but there are other creatures that stalk the night.
Velvet would like to use her sense the unseen just to see if anything's hiding around.
Sure. Okay. You don't notice anything at this time.
I don't know if this would apply, or even if like it did, if one more success would matter. But I do have a specialty in awareness, or sorry, in ambushes. Would this constitute, or is it more of like spotting an ambush about to happen to us?
I mean, it can be used in any situation where an ambush may have taken place. That probably would have been useful earlier when you're finding out what happened to this individual, but now you've kind of figured out where they went. So I'd say it's no longer quite as useful.
Okay.
And our couple days dried blood lines up with the timeline for Jimmy going missing.
Sorry, what's up?
And the dried blood for how long it's probably been here lines up with similar to the time frame for when Jimmy was last seen.
Yeah.
Well, it's a grim photo, but another one for the board as she pulls out her phone and takes a photo of the blood splatter.
That is highly against the masquerade.
Never mind then.
Taking a step back, it is a blood splatter, but is it like shaped particularly, or is it just splat?
This would be a choice of either wits or intelligence and medicine.
What's intelligence and medicine? Okay. Let's see. I have a specialty in craft painting. Would that apply here?
No, this does not seem like it was artistically done.
Aw.
Ooh, that's pretty good though.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Hell yeah.
Back in your day, you've seen some pretty messy jobs. And this one here looks like a right messy job. It was not something so simple as a throat being cut or even someone being you've seen people shot bleed less than this person did. More than likely, from what you can loosely gather from the shape of the blood stain and everything, whomever was here was probably cut across the gut and then had some pressure put on them and forced quite a bit of the blood onto the building itself. But is lacking somewhat, which seems odd to you. It doesn't seem like this individual had all that much blood in their body, honestly, which was very strange. This should have been messier, but it wasn't.
Hmm.
For some reason or another, there was less blood coming out of this person than should have been. Or at the very least, less blood than ended up on the building.
A couple of theories here. Either they've been allowing people to like drink their blood and they just are overdoing it, or it's also potential that the rain might have like disturbed some, but it seems like that's not the particular focus here. Something may have like drank up some of it.
It strikes you as ironic, a creature drinking a vampire's blood. It could have been another kindred, though. Kindred do have the strength and ability necessary, though this does seem rather messy.
And there's no body, or any like fragments of the body either, which is even crazier.
And this is the only building here. There's not any others next to it.
None that are particularly close. It's possible, for sure, if you guys want to go and climb on some of the other buildings. And I mean, hey, if we're talking like a werewolf or another kindred here, they could have easily cleared across the street to another building if necessary.
True. So like your ability is only vertical, not horizontal, right?
It's both, baby. It's five times my potence level in meters horizontally.
Oh, nice.
So I can go 10 meters horizontally without a run up.
Which would be easy enough to clear a street.
Do you want to just go check the buildings around this one?
My wits awareness isn't that good, but sure.
Just a loose look around would probably be fine.
I mean, as long as you find blood, because whatever this is, like, it either leapt from the center here with, like, a whole bunch of blood, possibly carrying a body if they hadn't devoured it. So, the blood should be relatively obvious, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go do that.
Okay. I'll go ahead and just keep your roll from before, the 2 successes.
Yes.
Which is probably the most you could have hoped for, honestly. Leaping around to some of the other buildings at night, you do have to wait for a brief moment as a car passes by. But other than that, you do so without really causing any disturbances. You find no traces of blood or anything on the nearby buildings.
Go back to them on that building. Found nothing.
You don't suppose what attacked him could fly, do you?
Do you think there'd be a disturbance in the blood if that were true?
The problem is, if there was any disturbance, the rain might have washed it out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the alternative would be, and he'll kind of like go and check around the edges of the building.
You don't find anything particularly strange. Ted, you wake up.
Whoa. Oh, I'm glad you're awake.
He's breathing. Pow, pow, pow.
Oh,
He just like shoots up like immediately. Like quickly, like frantically, just flipping his head around.
Whoa, okay. You good?
No. And then he gets up out of the limo.
Okay. Follows
He-
him.
He wakes up and immediately yells, "Get that hat away from me!"
Get it out of here! It keeps speaking. Which, don't worry, I've written more.
I'm gonna worry.
Don't worry about it. I just have more now.
Yes.
And I put little notes to myself so I understand which apocalypse event it's referring to. Don't worry.
Okay.
But yeah, he's immediately whipping around trying to find the signs that he saw in the very hectic vision. There's a lot in that, but he's looking around. Specifically, he is looking up at the rooftop and then notices, oh, you guys already jumped up there. Good job.
Good to see you're awake.
What up?
Immediately climbs up.
Yeah, or if both of you are talking to him from the roof, he's making his way up there.
Do you want me to help you out, or?
I'll be fine.
Alright.
'Cause yeah, he'll just climb.
Does he need to strength athletics, or can he just straight up climb?
I mean, you guys can do it if you put your mind to it enough.
I'm a vampire. I can just, or worst comes to worst, if there's roof access, I can just walk in the fucking building.
There
and
is no
There
roof
isn't
access.
any.
Ah, I see.
SMH in my head.
I'll just break in someone's apartment
Oh my god.
and then
Just
drink
bash through the
them
wall.
and then sneak through the window. I don't know.
Just bash through the building, make your own roof access.
True. Yeah, Cam really meant to say there's no roof access yet.
Fair. Go ahead and continue. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, but yeah, I can chat
Fine,
about
Meg.
the vision.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
get to use parkour.
Glad to see you already realized that it was up on the roof.
Interesting thing about it. I searched the other buildings. None.
And it's just this rooftop.
Yeah.
Does seem that there's no blood around the edges either, which could just mean the rain washed it away, but it could also mean it didn't climb down either.
Though, I'm not sure if this is linked. You were mentioning, ravens, crows, ravens, crows. Shit,
Crow took
you're
off in
mentioning
flight.
crows.
I saw crows flying. Crows flying. Blood in a void and on snow. Don't see a well. I do. One part was very prominent that a beast prowled dark profiles of buildings.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you have 4 strength, 4 athletics? God damn.
Yes.
Good lord.
I wanted to be the beefy boy. Even though I look small.
So, I think you were right, Michelangelo.
What did
About
you
it
say?
flying.
I thought there might be a flying creature that may have abducted him, dragged him up, and killed him up here.
Most likely. That is the immediate idea. If they either Jimmy descended to hell, which still happened, obviously, or went up. Simple. The soul and the body separated.
You mentioned a well?
That's I don't know.
Oh,
I don't see one.
sewer grate?
Does that count as a well?
I mean, if
Not-
you go down there, there's water.
Yeah,
Not clean water, but it's water.
it's the only thing I can think of in a city.
Or stormwater, maybe.
I wouldn't investigate the sewers unless we have a reason to. If we see blood down leading to a manhole cover.
I've already been dragged to these alleyways with homeless people. I'd really rather not be dragged into a sewer on top of drug dens.
Interesting question then. If he was killed by something flying, you said there wasn't enough blood?
Huh?
Well, I can't remember if you had mentioned it out loud or to us or not, if it looked messy for the blood spatter.
Yeah, I don't know. Whichever one of you referenced how
Trying to
much the
find the
blood is.
name.
That
Meet
was
Michelangelo?
Yeah, Michelangelo.
It is a huge amount of blood, but not enough. Something of this magnitude would require the almost disemboweling of a creature and then almost pressing down, almost squeezed like an orange.
But no body.
No.
So it was killing for fun or just really doesn't like blood?
Unfortunately, if it was carried off by anything, the rain might have washed away any trail it could have left behind, because if you let out that much blood, you're still going to be dripping a few drops at least.
Yeah. And what kind of creatures fly?
Birds.
Well, of course birds, but I meant like something this big that can kill one of us. Well, basically, but you know.
Very big
And
birds.
did manhandle a kindred much like a werewolf might.
It depends. We're deep in the city for a werewolf.
Also, they can't fly, from what I'm aware.
Can't fly, and it would be more of that brick would be demolished. It's ripped up as it climbed up here. They stay away from cities. And if we did find a werewolf, we report and then don't engage.
Same could be said for a gangrel kindred.
No.
They're more wilderness based.
They are. That's true. They would know.
And if only we could roll something.
Yeah, if only our GM was here.
Monster lore. What can fly? Because if there's no blood around on the other buildings, then where?
We can roll for academics, maybe. Maybe
You have
there's
to have
this.
the GM.
GM's not here.
Yeah.
What can fly is strong enough to fight a vampire and red all over?
Certain
Mothman.
clans,
An
though
angel.
they aren't
Mothman.
canon anymore, or they're not in 5th edition at least. A lot of stuff did not get carried over in the transition to 5th edition VTM.
Is this a Monster of the Week crossover? Are we fighting
Um,
Mothman?
That'd be funny.
Mothman is not that strong.
Do you know if the gargoyles were brought over to 5th edition, Alex?
It's a great question. I don't think so. Also because lore reasons, the gargoyles fucking died.
That's
Oh,
fair.
They
God.
got big murdered, I think, in London.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's only a few left until the Prince of London took over, and then there were like a couple. But most likely they might be out, as in canonically they died. It was like, I think 20 years ago, from like 2023 kind of deal.
Okay, so pretty much if any did exist, they wouldn't be over here if they did.
No, they're across the pond. It's either New York or London. It's one of those two. Either or,
Okay.
two cities that have some pretty nasty history when it comes to vampire presence. They kind of got fucked up.
I know
sounds
very
desperate.
little about vampire lore, the world of darkness, so my immediate thought is, can were dinosaurs be pterodactyls?
Dinosaurs are a mage thing.
Isn't there a
they do
were-dinosaur?
in the world.
Not that I've seen.
I definitely have heard about were-dinosaurs that like inherit their memories from other were-dinosaurs.
That sounds like World of Darkness, though. Let me look it up 1 sec. I'm on the White Wolf wiki. I'm gonna look up dinosaur and see what we find.
The other problem is Jimmy was a Tremere. And so many clans have beef with the Tremere that if this was a scuffle between another clan kindred, it'd be hard to figure out.
That is true. Is there like a blood magic that can let you fly?
There are those clans that can fly. There might be. There might be one. I have to check the name. Well, if I saw the name of the discipline, I might know.
I mean, there's also the Tsumitsu, because they're trying to get away from humanity as much as possible.
Okay, so Protean does not have one except the fact they can turn into an animal.
Such
you
as bat
fly?
and wolf.
Yeah. That is a thing. It's with the Protean discipline.
Yeah, but do you turn into the size of a bat, or do you maintain your size?
There's two versions of a vampire can change shape of an animal roughly the same size as their original mass, and then there's a level 4, which this time enabling them to change their size, which is basically you can turn smaller, is from what these say. Because you have to, because like a wolf, a large feline, a giant snake is still roughly-ish human sized. And then with level 4, you can turn it to something smaller. Because it's more useful to turn smaller than larger, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you could also go mist form, but, wouldn't really help you carry somebody.
Man, Ted, you really are knowledgeable about what other vampires can do.
I'm quite smart. The Malkavian network helps.
Yeah.
Also, I looked up dinosaur on White Wolf Wiki and nothing popped up, Booter. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
This is so sad.
It's a cover up.
However, I
It's a
do
cover
know
up.
for a fact that dinosaurs are a thing for certain mage stuff. Mainly, the technocracy has access to cloning technology / magic that allows them to create dinosaurs. And a lot of times they slap cybernetic parts on them for fun.
That's pretty hype.
Oh my god.
It almost makes up for the fact that there's no were-dinosaurs, like I've been told.
Yeah, it's also just a sad thing of werewolves work a little differently in World of Darkness. They're nature spirits and nature incarnate rather than like wolf curse.
Yeah.
Was the level 4 thing you were mentioning horde form?
Oh no, I was talking about it's metamorphose and metamorphose and shapeshift in Protean.
Okay. Because I know in the companion one it mentions horde form as well,
Yeah.
but the rest of it is mostly just flesh crafting.
The only other one that could happen is, yeah, animalism doesn't have what the unliving hive. Oh my god, that's
That
horrifying.
sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's an animalism. It's a level. Wait, excuse me. Okay, it's just a level 3. I thought it was a level 2 for a sec. Yeah, it's mostly used by Nosferatu, but you can extend your animal influence to swarms of insects such as flies and roaches. Certain vampires even go so far as to adopt swarms as familiae. I think it's the plural of familiars, giving them a permanent home within the folds and orifices of their malformed flesh.
Oh god.
Oh.
Yeah, you have a swarm. Oh, they're undetectable unless someone uses an X-ray on you. That's fun.
Oh.
Yeah, they It's kind of horrifying. And also, Nosferatu would be the best one for that.
So for the horrid form one, I'm looking at vicious claws, protruding fangs, rigid features, and corded muscles can vary in form depending on the individual. And some look like hellish, malformed animals. Some look demonic or atavistic, and some defy any sense of worldly familiarity. And many incorporate the traits of other vampires in nature, such as leeches, bats, ticks, and mosquitoes, magnified to grotesque proportions.
Nasty.
And that's a level 4 protean from the companion.
Oh, yeah, I'm only looking at this. I'm going to be missing some.
Do you want me to send you a link again to the companion?
I have it somewhere. Well, the issue is I have it, but it's in it's in this PDF folder I have. It's somewhere. I do have a Google Doc that tells me what each book has. I made that during one of these games. Forgot to make a text document and toss it in there.
And I already checked. There's nothing hidden in the area.
Oh, I didn't even finish the guide. Goddamn. I'm not gonna finish it now, but I'm just saying it's lazy of me.
I'm back.
Hello. We were discussing what could possibly have done this.
I heard, and you guys have come to the conclusion that there's a lot of things that possibly could have done this.
Maybe it was a mummy.
A mummy.
That'd be pretty hype.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that you guys are slowly coming to the conclusion that you just don't have enough information. The only thing you are aware of is this creature is capable of either dragging or someone from the ground to this roof and what appears to be eviscerating a kindred. A kindred who may have been very messed up at the time, but a kindred nonetheless.
It seems like we've sort of hit a dead end here. I think we're just not going to get our answers based on one investigation. We might have to check out more of our list first.
Yeah, we could find more clues with the others, maybe.
Yeah.
We should also probably remember this exact location, because we may have to put all these marks on the map if we find more like this. Maybe it can help us pinpoint maybe a starting location. If it is a creature.
Does anyone have a map on them?
Duh, just holds the phone.
Oh. God.
We're not in a fantasy setting.
Yeah, it's...
Back in my day, we would use these little pamphlets that we'd get at the
I would, but they keep falling out of my pockets.
You can still
Sounds
get those. Just go to like a AAA.
It's a horrific life to live where you have to use everything through paper. I did it for a bit. It was rough.
paper screaming as you scribble on it.
Yeah. Actually, no. Luckily, paper is not alive. Because it's you ripped the skin off of a tree.
It's the pencil you're writing with.
Usually.
That's also just made of masticated trees.
But there's the lead that they then switch to graphite.
That's just being scraped off constantly.
Yeah.
How would you like it if you got sanded from your feet up, Cam?
I mean, to be fair, where are we trying to give logic to with fucking Malkavian brain?
That is Ted's constant understanding of it is if it comes from something that used to be alive, it is usually dead already. Which is then he gets, but also gives him the uncomfortability of this is a corpse. And he's like, I don't like this.
Well, it's late in the evening, and it's probably best that you all go out, feed, as I know one of you need to do especially.
I am so fucking hungry, dude.
Somebody's now waking up again.
I'm not gonna kill them. If I kill somebody, I'll lose like 3 pips of humanity or something.
Well, and don't forget your coterie also has, I think it's Portian? No, not that one. Is it Chase? Yes, you guys have 3 points in Chase. You have 8 blocks on a major city street for feeding purposes.
That's good. As long as it's got houses. Or I guess apartments, I'm good.
If not, I'm sure it's got a homeless person or two sleeping outside.
I can find somebody. So Dad would just go and find like a couple. He'd want to get down to at least 1 hunger, which means drinking 2 people.
Let's
It's okay,
see
they won't
here.
realize I was there.
It depends on your hunting effectiveness.
I am a sandman.
That you still need to hunt.
I do.
Let's see, because what I read in the coterie thing didn't make any sense. I wonder if it's in the Predator section. This book is terribly set up.
It's a little strange.
I really like after looking at Pathfinder's new book extensively, I'm very happy with how they did it.
Kind of sad there's not a compendium we can reference on here.
Okay, is it in the feeding predator types? No.
There's got to be like some vampire that is selling like canned blood. Just calls it predator.
No, that's demons. They put demons into beer.
Wait, what?
No wonder
Yeah.
beer tastes awful.
Yeah, it's to influence people to beat their wives.
No.
It's not a joke. That's canon.
Wait, what?
Canon.
I thought you were just pulling some like whack of Mormon stuff out.
I wish I was.
Does sound like some Mormon-y stuff there, yeah. Oh, okay, so here's the problem I'm running into at the moment. So I was looking specifically because one of the benefits of your particular coterie is you have a simpler hunting ground. Like that's the whole point of the advantage of Chase, essentially. But it says you have a difficulty hunting of 6 inside your domain normally. I guess it's 5 technically. No, 1 dot. Yeah, 1 dot is 6, and then each additional dot reduces it. So even like, unless you're getting max points in this, it's just like, oh yeah, you put 1 point in this advantage. Good luck rolling 5 successes. Or 6 successes on 1 point. My bad. Which seems damn near impossible. That ruling just seems very bizarre to me. And the weird thing is, it refers to a difficulty on a table that is not referenced anywhere else I can find.
Ain't no way they just pulled an anima.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I just double checked. It's because it's werewolf lore. It's the worm which corrupts things and it lets them be open to be possessed by like evil spirits. They put it in beer and in a World of Darkness McDonald's. So it lets you get possessed by evil spirits.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's World of Darkness lore. Don't eat McDonald's and don't drink beer from a specific brand of beer that's created by Pentex.
Okay.
Just avoid Pentex brand stuff. Otherwise you'll get possessed.
Alcohol is sex anyways.
Damn, I just ate McDonald's.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I did find the hunting thing, but then it completely just doesn't reference what the benefit of the chase would have been. Because on this one, it's like, unless the difficulty is like on a single D10 rolling above a 6 or something, maybe, or a 5, I think that would make more sense. But that's not even how like it's set up.
Wait, so just trying to determine the difficulty of our spot. Because I mean it does have the hunting ground table in 308. Which from what you described sounds like it's probably like a 3.
Let's see. Hunting is a heist. Wait, what? You're robbing the blood bank here? What's going on?
We could. Yeah, we could feed on feed on a politician or like a celebrity.
Whoa,
That's really cool.
Whoa.
It
My
gives
blood is off
rules.
limits.
We have a politician.
Get
Yeah.
him!
Yeah.
Tackle her.
But his character just Ocean's 11, another politician.
Let's see. That's really fun. I like that it gives a lot of different opportunities of like, here's some methods as you, the storyteller, could use to make hunting as interesting or as easy as you want.
Yeah, the problem is like, they put literal advantages that characters can buy, but they don't make a whole bunch of sense.
Oh, wait a sec. No, this is so we have a level 3, right? That's what you said?
Right.
So our difficulty is 3. Base 6, and then each pip reduces the DC by 1.
Right. But see, that seems silly to me. That one, it's a difficulty 3 is actually pretty difficult.
That is the difficulty they give for a working class, like basic density city street.
But that's the thing is like, then just hunt in the area. You know, why have the advantage at all?
I assume the method too is to get around modifiers with stuff because of the other bit for hunting grounds is based on other territories will affect the difficulty based on what the GM. So now it's just like
Oh.
here's a flat place that doesn't have any penalties or negatives in it. So it's just this area is a flat 3 that you know is a flat 3.
1 second, my tummy's making noises. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have a difficulty of 3 in hunting inside of our chase.
You're all welcome. It was a difficulty 5 until I invested in it.
Good.
6.
That actually be because default's difficulty 6. Because in reading through this, that the vibe I'm getting is it's essentially the difference between we have an area that we know for sure is an unchangeable DC of 3 because anywhere else we go, that means Cam is open to fully adjust like where we're hunting and the difficulty of that. So if we're hunting on someone else's territory, it's harder. Because then we also have to deal with being stealthy to the point where they won't realize we're hunting on their turf. Or in a place that's declared by the Camarilla, don't fucking touch the spot. Actually, yeah, that's fun. 1 dot chase domains are vastly like outnumber all the other values put together because it's also based on distance. Because a 1 pip chase is a single very large apartment building or like a 1 city block. Easy.
I don't need to feed.
Difficulty 3 hunting
Oh, wait,
check.
do we all feed?
If you want to feed.
Okay. I don't need to.
What do
Which
we
is
roll
then
for
based
each
on
one?
it's gonna be based on your feeding type, which I'll quickly find the base checks that they give, because they
307.
each one has a thank you.
Oh, do we need to feed like
If
tonight?
you are hungry.
I
If
am
you are
not
missing if you're missing hunger. Because
Oh.
I would like to.
Then I guess I don't need to.
You
Yeah,
can feed
I
if
am
you
not
want.
hungry.
yeah, if you didn't do anything. The only thing is you cannot be reduced down to hunger 0 unless you kill somebody by drinking them.
Oh, should I have had a pip this entire time then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should have a single pip.
What?
You should have a single pip of hunger. Because you cannot go down to hunger 0.
Oh, okay.
You're a vampire. You're hungry.
Well, shit.
I'm a
Why have we not
little
said
peckish,
anything?
but
I am going to dexterity stealth. Cool.
I had more dice I could have been rolling then. Oh.
I know, this is fucked up. Alex.
Cam,
You're just telling us now?
you're listening. Can I add my specialty of break in since I'm breaking into a place?
He walked away.
Well,
He's on his phone.
listening on his phone.
Also, this means the audience can no longer hear.
Okay, here, Cam.
No, if he's listening on his phone, or it depends if he's watching stream or Discord.
He said yes. I think he's listening on stream.
also now that we're on the topic of feeding, I'm upset that no one took the advantage that lets you feed on animals, and because if you did, you could at some point say, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse," and then
How
actually
hungry?
eat a horse.
You idiot, someone could have taken it later.
Oh, 5 success.
Oh, break it.
Yeah, I broke into somebody's house. Very good.
Wait, is that a skill?
No, that's my specialty.
Oh.
How'd you end up rolling it?
What do you mean? I clicked on the little thing for symbol for break-in. I just clicked on the specialty skill and it let me roll. Because it auto does it with the skill. It just adds the +1 for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I just tried that out like now. So I was like, that probably is how it works.
This is just a test roll. I don't really need to do it.
You just click on the bag, right?
Yeah, then it brings up the role and specialty.
Yeah, they did add one more.
Sick.
Wait. No, it didn't. It didn't add one. Alex lied to me. It didn't
Well,
add-
if your
Oh my gosh.
if your specialty works for this, like,
Well, I didn't need to
Right.
roll. This was a test
I
roll.
assume these are test rolls. for
Lie.
you.
That should have been 6 plus the red.
I don't know what you're talking about because for me, I have a stealth dexterity that's 6 dice. I rolled 7 dice.
You rolled 3 plus
He
4
rolled-
hunger.
Yeah.
Here, I'll roll intelligence. I don't know fully how this fucking works. I think it just swaps out some of your dice for blood. Yeah, it replaces dice.
It does? What?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's replacing dice because it has the chance of making you beast fail. It doesn't give you more. Because right now, for architecture intelligence, which by the way, that's my specialty in academics. I am not.
yeah.
I have 1 pip in academics and I have 3 in intelligence, so that's a 5.
Okay, it does
How that
replace
works.
dice.
Yeah, that's how
Interesting.
it works. Because you'll always have 1, because you cannot be hunger 0
Unless you kill somebody.
unless you kill somebody, which will most likely reduce your humanity.
Yeah.
What if I hate them?
Well, how much
then
does
you-
it stain your humanity?
It depends. It depends on how horrific of an act it was. It depends on your tenets. Because, for example, when I was reading through a bunch of these rules, just trying to figure it out, I was like, well, how can I just drink somebody like dead? It restores 5 hunger, like total. And then I was reading, all right, how does losing humanity work in this? Because in Bloodvines, you kill somebody, you just lose a pip of humanity. How it works is the severity is dependent. Like a minor humanity stain, like you do something really just kind of shitty, like damn, dude, you suck. That's a standard 1 pip loss. You do something pretty nasty, like the example it gives is you like crush somebody's head in your hands. Like that is a 3 pip loss for being like a pretty fucked up murder. That was cold blooded. You didn't need to do that. However, the character had a tenet of always protect my family. This NPC was going to harm their family, therefore it's reduced to a 2. Mine would be reduced up because my character has a tenet of if it thinks it deserves respect. So he would never kill something except out of self-defense. So it depends on your tenets.
Ooh.
Oh god, the fact that I'm a consensualist and a salubri, I could literally go to a hospital to someone dying, going, I can end your life for you.
I have 2 convictions that would add 1 to the humanity loss and lose 1 to the humanity loss if I did this very specific situation.
Damn. The only
Like if I protect a child from somebody but murder the person in front of them, I would technically get lower because I protected an innocent from harm. The downside is I would have also exposed a child to violence.
most likely though, I don't know if it would count as humanity loss because it's not something you're doing something like it's more like if you just murder somebody, like you just unprompted walk up, stab a guy, you're gonna lose humanity. If you're doing it in a tense like scene situation, it's fine. It's not to be like you can't kill anybody ever. It's a like there are acts that are really fucked up or go against your character. There are very few times where it's like doing this it makes you lose humanity. The only one I could find in the book that like is a set humanity lost is a diablerie, which you shouldn't do. Don't completely drink a vampire dry. It's kind
gonna
of
do it.
fucked up.
I'm gonna do it.
But it does give you power. Don't worry. It actually if you're a lower generation and you drink somebody of your generation or maybe a little higher, you get to go down a bit.
Let's go.
which does make you stronger, makes your blood potency stronger. You have to make a certain check, and then you figure out like how much humanity you lose more, because should the contest fail, the Diablerist loses an additional point of humanity for each success by which they failed.
Yo.
Also, it's very obvious because black veins are visible on your aura. And if you do this, there might be some issues in the future, according to Alicia's hats.
Oh. Alicia, why the fuck does your hat know this?
I
Just
don't
told me
know.
that if you commit diablerie, there's a couple things. Either you're forced to commit diablerie because God said so and made the earth foggy, or Cain gets upset because Cain does not like diablerie.
It's fucked up.
It depends.
All right, I'm back.
Also, fun little detail, real quick. Did you know that when a vampire dies, they rapidly age to like match how long they've been a vampire?
Whoa.
Or no, it's yeah. This is like if you're 200 years, you'll age to a 200-year corpse.
That's sick.
Anyways, I succeeded my check, Cam. I did it very well.
So you can remove 2. I could probably say with over successes, you could probably comfortably get, as much feeding as you need done.
Yo, I'll take it.
I'm just gonna rule how chase is supposed to work is it is unless you do something to remove the advantage from yourself, it is a feeding source you always have access to, no matter what.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get from reading through them.
It's very hard because it's one of those things where like Vampire is a game that has a lot of mechanical rules for what probably should have been more of a rules light system, honestly. Because the feeling is they wanted to go more rules light. But then there's just a lot of mechanics for certain things.
There are just a lot of different bits, because like the Breath of Life is something I was reading about that we can do.
Yeah,
that's
the
based on
blush
your
of life.
humanity. The blush of life, because also your humanity will impact certain mechanics for your character. Don't drop too low, or you'll have penalties for interacting with mortals.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff like that, and also the fun bit of they have so many like, all right, you can do it this way, or you can do it this way, or you can do it this way. I
Well,
like at least, so then people can come up with fun stories.
literally, like, there's the blood section, which is actually not in the same section as the hunger section, which is again not in the same section as the hunting section. So
Yeah, they need to put things in a better order.
Yeah.
That's because you have to hop between like 207 to 307 a lot. It's very annoying.
But yeah, so those who fed, I'm sure fed. I don't think anyone really needed to that badly.
Nah.
Nah.
Mostly Mr. Malkavian over here, but like I'm looking into the web. Please send me a vision.
It's pretty bad. I was about to like summon all the other Malkavians.
Oh.
Just that thing I can do, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, that'll be it for this session today. Sorry, it's a little all over the place. Just a lot of technical difficulties. Not even just on Alex's end, on my end as well. And then I must have eaten something earlier or whatever, because my stomach's not happy with me right now. But let's go ahead and do some XP, shall we? Let's see. Oh, does it not give me any, like, really good examples? Okay, so y'all get 1 XP for the session. And oh, we're doing fast track, so you each get 2 XP. And then we'll just do player nominations and kudos. How about that?
Ooh.
So, any nominations and or kudos you want to give to each other for today's session?
Aliaster. For just asking Willem Bree to do the stupidest of things, which is moving 4 feet.
Harassing your ghoul like that.
It's a very entitled mindset. It's
Also-
very fitting.
Also, just kudos on rolling with like beast criticals very well.
I love them. I love being a vampire.
Yeah, I'll combine those two together for a player award. I also just love the new cryptid like picture and video you guys now have.
Yes.
It is my goal. If after I finish everyone's character, I am doing artwork of this cryptid image.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention earlier because I was a little distracted, but Slug got new character art. You can see it here.
Yeah.
All done by
Very
Suzanne.
cool.
So thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you. Don't worry about why the bat's bloody.
I mean, we were just in a pool of blood, so anything's possible.
Oh,
Yeah, it
true.
just fell, you know. I'll have to actually sit down and fully codify what Ted looks like.
Yeah, because you're coming up soon.
Oh
I've got-
boy.
I plan on doing Booter next, so that way you got plenty of time.
Appreciate it.
Woo!
Especially when you got hit with all of Nurgle's blessings.
Yeah. I just gotta figure out just his vibe.
Any other player nominations and our kudos?
Ophelia being sassy with Alistair on top of the roof. Calling him a dipshit was funny.
I do like your guys' back and forth. So go ahead, Ophelia.
I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
mean, actually.
Shut up.
That's the point.
How much is a player award?
1.
Also, congrats for your first chance, Devin, of using your horrific people murder mafia skills this session.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You gotta finally use it of like, I've seen people die. How bad was this?
Yeah, honestly, you probably could have applied your crime to it. Now I think about it.
History crime. Maybe.
That's the God. I like that system. I like the skill system in this game a lot. I adore how it's just like, oh man, you can find some fun methods to make certain skills work. It's very interesting.
I
It's
agree.
pretty high.
I wish they cleaned up their skill system a little bit. There's a lot of skills that feel like they could work for each other. Like Subterfuge and Larceny is one of those ones that is like, what is the difference?
Yeah, it's the thing of they could make one skill, and then the only difference is like, if I go up to the skill section of the book and read them, will I feel like, yeah, you could just merge those?
Well, I think subterfuge is more like lying, and larceny is actually like thievery.
Let me see, because the main difference might be one might be physical.
Well, the thing is, right, is like the meaning of the word subterfuge. It's like to act discreetly.
Yeah, it's definitely not obvious that that's the lie skill.
So one of the main bits is just how it's categorized is larceny is a physical skill, which
Well, it's found in the charisma line of skills. The
yeah,
social
but
line.
this skill entails familiarity with the tools and techniques for picking locks, planting bugs, deactivating standard burglar and car alarms, manual forgery, hot wiring, automobile safe cracking. Breaking and entering is larceny. And then subterfuge is the social skill.
Right. It's just again, I just wish they'd clean it up. It's not like I have a problem with it because I can figure it out. But there's some of these things in here that I'm just like, Why is finance a skill?
You know
Because you need
how
finance.
Do you
A
know how
whole space on
powerful-
this character sheet dedicated to finance.
you know how powerful a good accountant is for
I-
for people?
I-
using
Finance
don't
does seem like it should be
disagree.
like a specialty of
I do agree with that.
academics.
I agree with that. I want to read. I want to know why. Okay. Finance allows you to identify trends in the market, invest well, manipulate stock, and know when a fall is coming. It also allows you to assess and trace the wealth of others and broker financial deals. Generally appraise art, property, or any other non-criminal good. I guess this is the appraisal skill.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where just like it could have been appraisal. It
Yeah.
could have just been a better defining word, honestly. There's like again, like I said, they just needed to clean it up a little bit. That's all I'm asking for. But regardless, any other player nominations and our kudos?
I'd
Devin, go
like
ahead
to
and take
give-
one for your finally getting to do your mob boss thing a little bit.
I'd like to give one to my good friend Aramastus for getting the first bestial fail of the game and also getting the first feeding.
It's a lot of firsts.
It's true. You could almost say you're number one.
Yeah.
First blood.
Yeah, next you're gonna be first blood.
No.
I
I don't want to die.
Oh.
Well, I didn't say it was gonna be you necessarily dying,
Okay, good.
What?
but it could be.
Probably more of a kudo, but Ophelia getting to show off her jumping capabilities was a lot of fun.
I was gonna say Ophelia definitely finally like getting a moment where your physicality really can come in handy. Must have been nice.
Felt great. Sad it came up to nothing though.
Not
Yeah.
nothing. You found big evidence, actually.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could have just climbed up, but I mean, jumping around to the other buildings.
Hey, it also led to a fun scene of you not making the jump and catching them and then getting pulled back up.
That's true.
It's the bit of deduction work of one of the main best ways to figure something out is figuring out where things aren't.
True. Go ahead and take a point for that, and go ahead, Ted, take one for. Also, I think carrying a lot of the investigation like on your back in the beginning part.
That is what my
True.
character is built to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I investigate and say weird things to scare people.
I hope you enjoyed the random text I sent you.
I did, and I was figuring out bits and pieces of it. I was already like, these are the methods I'm gonna investigate, and then these guys just fucking did it. I was like, I'm so proud of them. Because the
I will
moment when you
say-
guys were just like narrowing down every little bit, the whole time, unconscious me was up, go up, go up.
Yeah, that was the obvious thing. I was like, oh, I'll just wait until we sort of cleared out down here, do everything we can here, and then we can go up there. But as soon as you went unconscious, I was like, well, what do we do now? That was our investigator.
Yeah, just figure something out. I'm unconscious, dreaming about spooky stuff.
Well, we made it work.
Here's the text I sent Alex just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Crow taking off in flight. Blood on snow. An empty well. Blood in a void. Prowling beasts. The dark profiles of buildings at night.
Whoa.
For the kids.
I will say this is more than just the scene you guys are here. There's more clues here. But yeah, any other kudos and or nominations?
I did enjoy the group moment of trying to get Michelangelo to learn how to use a camera on a phone.
Oh yeah.
That is true. Go ahead, Michael. Take an award for that. It was fun, and I guess for the participants as well. everyone who participated in that scene.
Which I believe was Slug and Suzanne.
Mm-hmm. This one's more of a kudos because I found this hilarious. Everyone's reaction to Velvet going, we could turn this picture into a campaign.
Yeah, we should go. Did I hear you right?
Yeah, that was a super funny line.
I'm really curious what Alicia heard.
Oh, I heard it perfectly clear. I just thought it'd be funnier to say something like that.
It worked.
And it was.
All right, so what do you guys think is going on?
Mothman.
There's
I think
some
this guy fucking died.
Nah, he's still out there. He did it to himself. Faked his own death.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
That's not his blood.
I do think a flyer was involved for sure.
like something, has to fly. I think there's something that can fly that probably the image I have in my head of how this happened is he was standing there, got off the bus, it was empty. Something swoops down, grabs him, takes him up to the top of the roof, slams him down like really hard, like as like a knockout or a like kill shot, and then took it somewhere else. That is my theory.
Well, we've eliminated a lot of possibilities. It's definitely not gargoyles. It's definitely not were dinosaurs.
I guess true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Sadly, because gargoyles are dead or in London, and where dinosaurs are not a thing. Or if they are, I couldn't find any. God, where the fuck is the level up page?
I have it.
I think it's
quick
actually in character creation.
I have a. It's replied to my thing that has a screenshot of it.
It took me to the Amazon link to some cowboy shit. There we go. There
It's up there a bit.
If all else
Okay.
fails, what you can do is jump to the pin for the game session and then just scroll down a little bit and it's right there.
Oh, yeah, true.
And you're
Let's
wrong,
see.
Alex. There are weird dinosaurs.
Are there?
I knew it.
What
they
the
at?
fuck, Alex?
I couldn't find any.
I just
So-
looked up stuff to try and see.
There's the Macaulay, which are technically where like lizards and crocodiles, but they inherit
memory of
the
Gaia.
memories of the dinosaurs.
Which I assume this is Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up. I want to read that.
This
Sounds
is
We
cool.
got
fucked up,
werewolves, were cats, were ravens, were rats, were spiders, were bears, were coyotes, were snakes, were hyenas, were foxes, were crocodiles, were sharks, were boars, were bulls, were bats, and humans who have were creature ancestry.
So I assume that is one of the tribes that you named, right?
Yeah, the Macaulay.
Cole.
Type it out for you.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay, if they're not in this one, let me look what you linked. There they are. Okay. Oh, this is yeah, I just found that.
And apparently, if I'm reading this right, they also have a variant physiology called dinosaur.
I'm always right.
You were right. I was wrong there. I couldn't find it. I was looking for the wrong stuff.
But
head.
I was right that I think that they can't be pterodactyls.
Sad.
Because there are forms. Yeah, there's the human form, the war form. Through Mensis, they dream about the reptiles, birds, and dinosaurs from the past. Which, oh man, oh, this is sick art. Actually, one second, let me link this.
It could be a
That's
Camazotz.
a sample form for the Macaulay.
Yep.
I really like some of this old World of Darkness art. I miss the like sketch style. I don't like that the book has like just actual people, like photos of people. I miss this kind of art.
They kind of got a little lazy with some of the vampire book stuff.
Yeah, they also started using AI art for VTM stuff.
Yeah.
Not a fan of.
It's I mean, when you're a struggling TTRPG company, like, I get it, but at the same time,
Get
like,
it. It's just like my problem is, man, it makes me not want to buy your book because then I can't just even page through it just for cool ass art. Like I'd buy the Lancer book because that's also just a fucking dope art book.
hell, that's why we love anima so much. The
Yeah.
art in anima's sick. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry for the disruptions. Hopefully, we'll be back on course sometime next week. This is the last week of remaster stuff. The remaster actually officially releases tomorrow.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing an easy video. I'm gonna be doing a video on just my thoughts on the remaster and whether you should buy the remaster or not. And then I'm gonna actually finish off the week with 2 more remaster videos, just because I said I would for people. Also, apparently, like Archive of Nethys is apparently is delayed with their update. They're gonna be more towards the end of the month. So for people who can't buy the book, it will be one of the few ways you can get access to it. So I'll finish out some more videos, but then next week will be a normal week. We'll have Lancer content back on the channel, which is really cool. As well as I'll be working on the Twitch stuff. So if you've been watching these, I think I'm going to do something similar to what Narrative Declaration does, where they can donate bits to you guys, and when they hit certain thresholds, you'll get like a hero point essentially.
That's fun.
And those hero points will exist out, like if we go back to Pathfinder, for instance, they'll exist outside of your normal hero point that you have every session. So we'll have that. We'll have also extra donations, sound alerts, all that kind of stuff. Probably not during the live plays, but for table talk and the like. And yeah, and I don't know. There's a lot of really cool World of Darkness stuff. It's just whether I want to sit down and read through a lot of the World of Darkness stuff, but I may start doing content on it, or I might just wait till I digest a bit more of the content first before I start putting content out on World of Darkness. Who knows?
I might put out World of Darkness content, I'll be real. I really like I'm realizing today, I'm like, I absorbed a lot of information. I
Yeah,
need to
you
get it
have.
out. I need
You're
to,
just the
I
lore
need to
guy.
talk about it. I'm becoming that. I like World of Darkness lore a lot. It's like I like a setting that makes me care about vampires and werewolves. I don't like them in like most things. I'm just like, fucking whatever, werewolves, whatever, vampires. In this system though, oh, holy shit, I love them.
Yeah, that's gonna be for us. I guess we'll go ahead and say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Nighty night.
Good night.